All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome to some more Enshrouded. I'm excited to get back into building some more on the Forest Village finally. I know we started a little bit at the end of the last stream. Just waiting for a few last-minute build showcases to come in, and we'll be doing those again next week. But figured while we're in a little bit of a slower spot with those, we'll get back on and do the hanging treehouse concept that I was mentioning a little bit earlier that I wanted to do as part of the Forest Village, which should be really fun, and just build a few more things, all that kind of stuff. But welcome in, everyone. Hey, Alpha, John, Sidon, welcome in. Adrian, hope y'all are doing well. Eddie, Scarcraft, Drasham. How's everyone's, Friday the 13th. How's everyone's Friday going? Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, we're like 2 hours later than I usually stream today. A little bit postponed based on the timing of certain things, and also, yeah, some other things that I had going on today. But yeah, happy to be back and happy to, be doing another stream today. Hey, Alpha. Death Counter Falling Edition initiated. Yeah, Drashon, we will be building in the tree today. A lot of building in the tree. This is very true. Looking forward to seeing the hanging tree house. You're going to build the chain rope or use a prop? Good question, and we'll honestly have to see what looks best. I have a couple ideas in mind. Since it's unlucky today, let's see. Chip is gonna fall from the treehouse. I probably will at least once. We're gonna be just jumping around in midair. I don't know which branch I want to do it from just yet, but I was thinking that this build could be something for the alchemist. I thought it could be cool, like a hanging tree house. I don't know. With like a rounded, I was thinking a rounded building, and then that hangs. I don't know. We'll have to see. A rounded building that hangs from like a single chain in the center of like a pointed roof, and then it could also have like a pointed bottom, and we could make the lighting of it really cool. I don't know, something like that. Hey Graham, how's it going? Any more pieces to the captain set? Is that another one of the cosmetics from? I don't remember that one, so I wouldn't know entirely off the top of my head. Kaliosh, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Glad to finally join and still watching the recording. Heck yeah. Glad to have you here. And Irksome, welcome in. Make it interesting. Unequip your glider. I don't know about this one. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, it is a cosmetic. Okay, yeah, I don't know entirely. I've like, there's so much of the game and so many other games I have to wrap my head around that I don't memorize everything about it. But yeah, I'm sure there's, some, but some cosmetics do only have like certain pieces. They don't have tons of stuff. Yeah, we're doing building today 3D. Welcome in, by the way. I saw you submitted the clock or the timer. I gotta check that out. We'll be doing more of them next week. So, hey, Katie, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hanging treehouse sounds more like a hunter build. You think so? A hunter build? I think for the treehouse, I'll do the alchemist for that one, and then we could do like a tower on the edge of the like on the very edge of the base that sort of overlooks the bottom, the forest and stuff, for the hunter. But yeah, I think so. Yeah, iron block might be good to try for some chains. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I'm going to go ahead and launch it up, and we'll jump in and see what we could do. Hey, H, welcome in. Thank you so much. And Timber, welcome. Post your building in Enshrouded Discord for the water build. Heck yeah. I'll be checking them out next week. We'll be doing more streams for that. But yeah, can't wait to see. Definitely. And that's awesome. You got it done. Hey, Care Bear, welcome in. All right. Well, let's get started. Some cozy building today. So, hope y'all, brought some mugs and stuff. I mean, it's been a freaking warm winter over here, though. It's like, it doesn't feel that cozy this winter, but... Hey, Wage War, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. And T-Bird, welcome. All right. So back in the Forest Village today. Feels good to be back. It's crazy. I've been trying some other games recently. Doing some partnerships and stuff behind the scenes, which is fun. There's also some demos and stuff that I may check out here and there. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, my mouse was like not refreshing quite right. But yeah, a lot of stuff like going on, you know, behind the scenes and things. So I haven't been streaming it as much recently. But you know, we got some content coming. We'll have some Soul Mask, I think, coming to the channel soon. And then yeah, there's so many games coming out with like flying airship based concepts. We had Exos of Elysium, we're having the new Soul Mask DLC, we're having the whole Guardians of the Wild Sky, which is currently in a demo, and that game looks pretty cool. It's like a trend going on right now, and it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Really, welcome in. And heck yeah, Timber. It should be fun, it should be fun. White Mare, welcome. Been a warm winter in the Pacific Northwest as well this year. Yeah, I'm surprised. It's like that we're not getting snow. It's crazy. Yeah, did you try Guardians of the Wild Sky? Yeah, Alpha. I was thinking about it. The demo is. Do you guys know how long the demo's out for? Maybe we do like a weekend stream, or something. Cause I'd be willing to check out the demo of that on stream. It looked cool. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right, so we got to pick a branch that this thing is going to hang from. And I think this branch that's like, let's see if we can sort of get over here and go into like first person so we can kind of look up. See this big branch that's like coming out over this area? I'm thinking that would be a cool idea, because it's like that's really out there, and you're just suspended over the forest or something. I'm thinking either that branch, I guess there's not really like a crosshair, but yeah, the one like right above my head right now that's sticking out. That's one option. Hey, Chunky Spaghetti, welcome in. Just downloaded it, haven't played it yet. Okay, that could be fun. Finally catching the start of the live stream. Heck yeah, welcome in. It's going well so far. Yeah, we're like streaming a little later today than I usually do. Had some changes to the schedule, so but still wanted to go live, so I'm just starting like 2 hours later than I'd usually start, which is awesome. We'll get maybe some new people even in today. Stability chains on other branches or the trunk, that is true. That is true. I was thinking in terms of like the way to get to it, we could do a grapple point. You know, like I gotta try to somehow build like little like things from the tree to get over to it. But so that was one option. Another option is to do one off of this branch, like directly above my head, that one that's sticking out there. So that's option number B. And then let's see, is there an option C? Option C could be to build this other branch out farther manually on this side, which maybe could be cool, but maybe that should be the hunter's house. Maybe we do another tree house on this side, actually. I think so. I think we do another tree house on this side. So option A, which is the branch in front. Option B is the branch, you know, in the back here. What do you guys think? What do you guys like the best? Didn't see anything about there being limited time on the demo. I'm not sure how long it'll be, but I didn't see anything either, so that's why I was wondering if anyone knew. But yeah. Oh yeah, use the bow to point out the branch. That's a good idea here. Let me go ahead. Yeah. So options B is this branch right up here. That one like sticking out the side. It's still gonna be a little hard. A, you think? Yeah, I'm thinking A, because we've got a lot of builds in like the tavern and stuff on this side, and it won't be quite as high up. But yeah, B is this one basically directly above my head, and then A is the branch up front. Yeah, A. Okay. I'm thinking because it's like it's hanging out over the forest there, and it could be kind of an interesting effect. So yeah, A is this one right here. It's sticking way out. Use any mods or anything, or just what the game offers? Because you don't really understand how you build that house in the tree. Yeah, this is all vanilla. I don't use any mods. It's got a lot of stuff. One of the best building games I think that has ever been created, and I don't see it being surpassed anytime soon. It's really great. But yeah, there's not many mods for it right now. It's not like a really moddable game. It's their own engine. There are some like cheat engine mods that you can install that sort of change up some of the code in the game when it comes to like, you know, turning on like a free build mode or certain things like that. I prefer to just use resource worlds and play in survival and stuff so far. I hope they have a creative mode someday, but otherwise, yeah, everything here is vanilla, no mods. Everything you can build how I'm doing it today, basically. Yeah, you all like, hey, all right, sounds good. That's what we'll do. Darn right, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I do. I have the Forest Village playlist on my channel, and this video is or the VOD of this. I've been keeping the VODs up. I don't know if, I mean, I think some people enjoy them. I get some comments on them here and there. People watching like the whole series. It's a lot of footage because a lot of it has been live streamed, coming up with some ideas and stuff. But yeah, I do have pretty much everything about this Forest Village is on YouTube right now. For anyone who is curious and has infinite time to, you know, go watch a bunch of them. And then a lot of the main builds, for example, this tree house is its own separate video. So you can check that out as well. Love that you put those vids out. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. I'm glad they're helpful. It's good. It's good to be able to sort of look back on progress or other things. I know it's a lot of streams, but yeah, it's going well. So I think that, you know, as far as the treehouse goes, what we need to do is, if we're getting up to the front branch, is that I need to get over here, and you can see there's that big, yeah, there's option A right above my head, that big branch sticking out. We got to figure out a way of like how we're gonna get over to it. So I'm thinking we could somehow do like a little path or some sort of bridge or like rickety platform sort of a thing that follows the trunk of the tree on the side here and then has a grapple point that goes over to the build. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Another option is that we could technically tunnel in this direction to have like a little section to go out, and I might actually do that. Yeah, I might actually do a little tunnel that goes on the inside of the tree there and a rickety bridge. I mean, we could do both. We could do both. Why not, right? Close to your build limit there? Not really. I mean, yeah, this Forest Village is a full, you know, is a full level 4 altar. But yeah, the end of that branch, I think we still have plenty of room on the other side where the altar boundary is. We could look at it from below, or actually, if I take out the, let's see, take out the hammer, I guess you can't really see maybe we could see it at night, but, oh, you saw a yellow line, wait, on the branch? I'm not seeing a yellow line on the branch, so I think that's okay. The altar boundary is way over here. Look at how far out it goes. It is right to this tree, basically. I think we're gonna clear that branch. But yeah, it does stick out pretty far. I wasn't able to encompass the entire tree with the level 4 altar because these trees are just so freaking tall. But I think we're gonna encompass that branch okay. And I don't know if I need to do it like way out on the edge of the branch. But where'd you place the altar? It's in the tree house. So that I could have the verticality. We could have the base of the tree and everything below the tree, the tavern, you know, everything down in here, and then we could have above in the tree to actually build the houses. So it was the best spot for the altar was to be up high, so that it could encompass everything for the whole village in one altar. Yeah, so I think we should be okay. That's where your water slide is. Heck yeah. Yep. Ooh, yeah, a giant vine put up the side of the tree. That could be cool, actually, John. Like some sort of like rickety platforms that are like entangled in vines. I like that. I really like that. Yeah. You guys think it would be weird to have multiple tunnels sort of coming around the tree here? I mean, I think maybe this would work to do a tunnel that goes out here. Do you think it would? You guys think it would look weird at all? Though I mean, this one's pretty hidden, so I don't think so. Let's see. Let me zoom out on this side. So the tunnel would basically come out, you know, right to the left there, within the tree trunk, and then, yeah, maybe that could work. I'm trying to debate, but I think that would work out okay. And yeah, if we did a little tunnel coming out. it could be a cool view as well, and just to have like more cozy, like, you know, eventually my plan originally with this village, just so you guys sort of know the background, is like I was originally planning on doing all kinds of tunnels and crazy secret rooms and like really fun stuff inside the tree. But after second thoughts, I have decided that this forest village is basically going to remain my testing grounds for an ultimate endgame base. So this, because there's been so much that came out with Enshrouded, the water biome and everything, I would love to build my own tree, my own giant tree, completely from scratch, in the way that I want, because I'm not a big fan of the way they modeled these trees in Blackmire. They're okay, but they're not great. I want it to be more windy and gnarly and stuff like that. If you guys have seen my like Hightail tree video that I built in Hightail, that one is sort of more what I would love to do in Enshrouded, with tree houses in it and like winding pathways up the branches, and like just go full on fantasy elven style village with a giant tree and like a fishing hut around it near the water or something along those lines. So yeah, this forest village has been a long thing in progress, but we're almost done with a lot of the builds that are giving me practice for ultimately this big endgame base that I plan to do. So yeah, that's kind of the plan here, is to sort of get it to the point of this big resume of a lot of these little builds that I could sort of pull inspiration from to then go do a big endgame base completely from scratch. That maybe even goes into creative mode eventually when that releases, and all kinds of stuff. You know, we could go crazy because the building in this game, like, it is just top par, and I'm always blown away. And yeah, thanks, Irksome. Definitely. That's cool, some cool inspiration for sure. The Holy Dug looks mostly natural, other than the fact that, yeah, it digs inward of the tree. I think so. You finished all the quests? Yes, I do have. Well, okay, find the Siren Seeker cosmetic. I do have. Oh, I think that's the only quest. That is the only quest. Yeah, I should finish it already, shouldn't I? And yeah, put a face on it. JH, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, honestly, I do think a little tunnel over here would not be a bad idea. So let's see, the Nameless One and Mei Ying. I need to figure out where I could put these beds for now, because they're in my way right now. The Nameless One and Mei Ying, where could I assign them here? I could put the beds temporarily on the back deck. Okay, let me just remember those two. Nameless One and Mei Ying, just so I can sleep them both temporarily, because their little beds were in the tree. Of course, they'll have, you know, their houses and their spot in the tavern. I just haven't moved them in there just yet. Okay, let's go ahead and put the Nameless One. Let's see here, because that was Alden Crawley's assistant, so assign him over here. And then let's do Mei Ying. I think the top one, since she's a main crafter. Yeah, okay. There we go. Kind of an odd combo to sleep together, but you know, it's okay. they'll be happy enough. The Nameless One seems to be, you know, tame enough. Quest is a pain. Yeah, the Siren Seeker cosmetics. I don't know, if I can't find it, there's probably some video on YouTube at this point. It's been so long. It's been so long. I'm sure we'll find it between YouTube and Reddit posts and all you guys, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, we don't judge here, so yeah, exactly. You know what I mean. Okay, so let's see here. Let me remove this torch, and I think it would be cool to have another little hole out the tree there, and even one out back here where we could sort of just like wind around. There are guides. May have used one. Drayshawn. There you go. I'm sure they're out now. You know, I'll do some guides on the channel, but I'm not a mainly guides only channel. You know, you guys know I do a lot of building and stuff as well. So, all right. So we want to do it right on the edge of this piece here. So let's see here. Let's do this one and this one. This is basically where we want this next door to be. So I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to open up a 4-block wide opening actually here. Or we'll start with 8 because that's what I did over there. Okay. We'll start with 8. And then let's see here. I'm gonna want to have it come up a little bit more as well. Yeah, this will be nice. We get like a little more room in the tree here, I think. Melted Jedi, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. You think this will be the last major structure of the Forest Village? Possibly, possibly. I think maybe one more treehouse, if I'm being honest, because yeah, we still got to have like some, you know, a little bit of like a clutter party for the blacksmith hut, yeah, to be able to sort of deck it out just a little more, have some weapons on display and stuff. But it's definitely coming along, and we've got that. We've got the carpenter one. We've got the tavern, which is finished, the mill house, the barn. I mean, we did a lot of the stuff that I've really wanted to do. It's crazy. Of course, we could keep getting crazy detail with this. We also did some fun stuff with the water. I'm done with these little platforms. I don't need them anymore there. Yeah, some underground houses, so maybe like a crypt or something too. I definitely could, you know, use them. I don't know if I'll get around to it entirely in this build. We'll see. But yes, we could definitely do a lot of underground houses and sort of like inside the tree decoration and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a really fun project. It really has. And I think this hanging tree house is definitely going to be the last like unique structure, so to speak. And then, like I said, I think one more tree house may be something for the huntress or something like that on the other side of the tree. Just so we get something up high to get those nice sunrises, because this forest village just does not have any views. It doesn't. And it feels claustrophobic when I've spent, you know, what, 700 hours or something in here all the time. It's very nice, don't get me wrong, but I think for my ultimate endgame base, I would love to choose something where, like, the top of the tree just has some views, you know? Like, because the lighting in this game is just awesome. Yeah, some Dwarven style, yeah, something like that underground, that'd be cool. Doing the build contest vids too, or are those, different judges? Just wondering. Oh, let's see, the build contest videos as well. Like looking through them, you're saying? The videos that the contestants are submitting. I do look through them, if that's what you're wondering. I just don't do it on camera, because it takes a while from the stream and for copyright issues or other things. But yes, I do look through them for sure. Hey, Amy K, welcome in. Only 700 irksome? Yeah. Guys, I need more time in Enshrouded, you know, but like, yeah, like 10,000 hours editing Enshrouded videos for y'all, so, you know. I get Enshrouded. I get enough Enshrouded, you know. And, you know, I think it's okay. So I think this is, yeah, I think this will work. Let me, honestly, I'm just gonna go with the 8. So we're gonna, the 8 blocks wide, we'll touch it up later if we need to. But this just seems right. So let's see here. I'm gonna need the, okay, well blocks, which I don't need for this. Well, maybe on some of the sections, but I'm gonna need some of the VUCA. Well, that one didn't have it though. So let's go ahead and get this big one. Snap it there, and then go ahead and put one there. We're still not out yet. Wow, okay, yeah, we got room here. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm really excited now because I wasn't sure how much room we were gonna have. And I wanted some room on the side here to do a winding path that goes up to the Huntress treehouse. And we're gonna have plenty of room for that. Now we're out, okay. So there's where we come out. Let's see here. Let me go do a little zoom out here. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect, I think. Sort of right at the base of that, yeah, that branch there. I think that's gonna be just fine. Technically, let's see, how low is this treehouse concept gonna be going? I think, okay, this isn't bad. We're a little low here, and we could be taller if I wanted to. Like in terms of, you know, what I'm saying is like we could do some stairs that go up here to have it be pretty high up, but then I don't know, the room for like a little pathway there might be, you know, it might get a little bit in the way, so keeping it low maybe is the best thing to do for this spot. Yeah, build a whole grove for village up high. Yeah, I would love to do that for more my end game based sort of thing. Devs are the ones judging the video winner though, right? I believe so. They think they might ask, you know, I have been taking notes on what videos I like and stuff. But yeah, they might, you know, pick some of their favorites and stuff as well. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the judges, though. I'm pretty sure, because I was under the impression that we look out for it anyway. There are birds that make guard-shaped hanging nests that could be cool. Yeah, with VUCA material. Yeah, some nests in the tree and stuff. Oh man, you guys are wanting me to get back into this game and get some big end game based plans soon. Maybe we'll do a stream soon, like looking at all types of locations and like really planning something that we just sink in stream after stream and just do some crazy builds whenever we feel like Enshrouded. Yeah, that would be fun. No such thing as enough Enshrouded. Yeah, there really isn't. There really isn't. It's so amazing. It's just to keep my, like, you know, my energy and my inspiration alive and everything. Hey Hellcat, welcome in. We just got started. I'm doing a hanging treehouse today, or at least starting it. Yeah, Timber. Done a floating build? I haven't yet. I have not. I'd love to at some point though. Yeah, I really am. I really am just getting started. We're getting started today. Hey, Ani D, welcome in. Yeah, it's an amazing game, but you can burn yourself out. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But it's perfect timing. Like, everything just seems to be happening at the right pace. Like, Enshrouded is in this perfect dip right now where you can do some building. I've got the time to do the judging for the showcases, which is why I agreed to that. And then we'll have 1.0 of Valheim and Enshrouded coming later this year, which is going to be lots of content near the end of this year. And yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have a, you know, now that I'll have Valheim again to sort of hop back into to switch things up a little. You know, a few others that we've been trying on the channel and that I will try. You know, I've been trying some Soul Mask lately and really liking that. And might bring some of that, or depending, you know, maybe we'll do a stream here and there, checking out some of the new stuff. But a lot of new stuff lately has just kind of been crap. I will be honest about that. So I have very picky, very high expectations at the moment when I am looking for games, which I think is fair. I don't, yeah, I will say it seemed like a lot of newer games have just been, you know, lazy, or they just don't have anything that matches up to games like Enshrouded or Valheim or things like that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Do like that maybe level 4 altars that are connecting from the floating city middle of the map. That's your dream. Ooh, that would be super cool. Yeah. That would be awesome. And try to raise the bar on expectations for sure. Definitely. What I'm hoping is I want to find. I like Enshrouded, and then I want to find a really good Unreal Engine 5 game, like a survival game that's got like perfect graphics and render distance and just craziness like that, because that's what Unreal Engine can do. So I'm looking for that game. I haven't found it yet. I have not found it yet. So, you know, for now, Enshrouded it is. Enshrouded it is. And Enshrouded it'll always be for like a long time. But, yep, Conan Exiles. Been playing that a bunch recently, actually. And great example of another game that, like, it came out, what, 5, 6... No, more than that. Was it 2018 that Conan came out? And it surpasses so many new survival games. Just another one of those, like it just works, you know. And I think it's good. Yeah, I do. I think it's good. What are your expectations about new survival games? Focus on building in survival. So my expectations are, like, give us build pieces. If it's a building game, make it like I don't want to play all these crappy half-done survival games that give us a few pieces, call it a building game, and then just have horrible combat, horrible adventure, and, like, yeah, I know I'm being a little bit, like, you know, a little bit of a downer right now, but I'm just saying, like, in general, from what I've witnessed, it's like, if it's a building game that's meant to be an open world where you explore, you build things, make the building really good. Like, I can't get over how many games it's like you just can't get the freaking roof to line up. Or, like, they just don't give you a million pieces that are, like, I just feel are necessary when it comes to that. Yeah, 2018 irksome for Conan, gotcha. But, yeah, when it comes to my expectations is, like, have good building and really focus on that aspect in the graphics and the world and the immersion when it comes to, you know, the newer games. And if it's not great in building, I'd rather just go play a game like The Witcher. I'd rather just go play a game that's got like beautiful graphics, really great adventure, really great combat, and just skip it all together, right? It's like I just have felt like a lot of recent games have been so like half done or not playable or super buggy, or it's like they don't even have builders trying to playtest their games for them to give them feedback, and then it just turns into this mess. You know, maybe some of you know what I mean, maybe some of you don't. You know, I test a lot of games, see a lot of stuff as a creator, and that's just what I've been kind of witnessing a little bit lately. But yeah, like Nightingale building for the most part, well, yeah, was good, yeah, but the rest of the game was rough. Yeah, do have Nightingale, and I'd say the same thing. I was thinking about doing it on the channel, but I'm so glad I didn't, because that was actually conflicting with the release of Enshrouded at the time. But yeah, Conan's got some nice building. Yep. Yeah, Nightingale comes to mind with the deserted games, unfortunately. Yeah, a bit of that, and I just haven't, you know, every now and then it's fun to check them out, but I will not be doing a game long-term on the channel that I don't think is good. You know, sometimes we'll check out games that might end up being flops just for the sake of checking them out. But, you know, rest assured, I'm not, like, I never accept partnerships or sponsorships that force me to play a game for a long time or say stuff about it that, like, I genuinely don't like or things like that. You know, I don't do that. All right, I think this is pretty good as far as the treehouse platform goes. So I'm going to, let's see here. This is going to be interesting to try and complete. I'm going to make it out of the rough stone, and we're going to sort of staircase up. This is just a platform, a foundation at the moment to sort of get to where I want to be with this. Got to do a little bit of thinking here. Oops, I wanted this. Hold on, I wanted this one to be out there a little bit more. I need to get back into Conan. Don't have half the content for it. It's still playable as is. Yeah. No, it's pretty fun. I've been enjoying it a bit. Love the worst games on Steam reviews. Yeah, they can be hilarious, right? Yeah. I had high hopes for Nightingale as well, you know. And I have to realize that also, you know. I think because there's been so much like meh games lately, I have super high hopes for like Light No Fire, for example. But I can't get my hopes too high. I have to realize, like, all right, settle down. It might be really phenomenal. It has the potential to be really phenomenal. But it's got a lot of, like, you know, I think a lot of people are, like, clinging to certain games, and then when they don't live up to expectations, it's like, ah, shoot. What about Grounded 2? I thought Grounded 2 was a good game. I did. Yeah, I just don't do it for the channel anymore because it didn't do as well for the channel. I think more of the building and the dark fantasy vibe and stuff just wasn't there in Grounded for me and a lot of others. I think it's a really good game, just a little bit less the style that I liked, and I think Under a Rock might be my better version of what Grounded is, because Under a Rock just has a lot better building and stuff when that comes out, if it ever comes out. Again, it's like all these games I have these high hopes for that, you know, we'll see whatever happens. Crimson Desert, abso-freaking-lutely. That one looks so good. It looks so good. Yeah, but again, it's like, it's not as much, is it? Does that have as much building? It's not as much building, but like, there's your adventure, there's your combat, there's your, like, if I want that, I'll play Crimson Desert, right? And like, but when it's a building open world survival game, you have to make the building open world good. And I just haven't felt that from some recent games. Yeah, 12 paid DLCs for Conan Exiles. You have 3, nice. I think, yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 as well initially. Play Outward. Are you interested in Outward 2? I actually really didn't like it. If I'm thinking of the one that you, okay. Let me see here. I think I'm thinking of the one. Yeah, so Outward I heard is pretty good. I did play Outward 2. I got early access and did it, did a little stream actually where I was hosted with another creator to do that. It wasn't really playable yet though, Outward 2 at least. The concept looks good, but it wasn't playable. It was just way too full of bugs right now. If I'm thinking of the one you're thinking, maybe this was a different game, but I think it was Outward 2. That was the name of it. I can look in Steam. Outward 2 is the one that's like not released yet, right? Crimson Desert, yeah, will be lit. They added building recently, though. Oh my gosh. Ways to decide your little house. Recent video shows decoration farming. All right, we are. I think it's already on my wish list, but we are definitely checking out that game because I just keep seeing better and better things about it. Hang on, let me go. Let me just make sure it's on my wish list. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, you can pre-order for $70, but it looks freaking worth it. But I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna pre-order. But yeah, we'll keep a really close eye on that one for sure, because it looks really good. You would legit sponsor a video if you did a first time playing Deep Rock Galactic video. I have not tried that game, so you know I have not. But I have heard a lot of popular stuff about it. Yeah. How Enshrouded mechanics are for building. Yeah, it'd be hard to match for upcoming games. Yeah, devs did something magical. Yeah. Yeah, it really is something, you know. As far as a voxel game goes, I don't see any game surpassing it anytime soon. Because of just the way it looks, the graphics with the fact that everything's blocks. But I also really enjoy build games like Valheim where you've got all the individual pieces and stuff. I just think they need, you know, like they got to do a good job. They got to give us pieces that actually make it really nice to build. Yeah. Just bought a new AMD new CPU and got Crimson Desert free with your purchase. Can't wait to try it. Oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the graphics for Crimson Desert look so awesome. They really do. Devs basically invent new stuff for the water and voxel games. Sounds like they're, yeah, on cutting edge. Yeah, so this is their own engine for Enshrouded. And as far as a voxel game goes, we have never seen anything like this. You know, we have seen bits and pieces in other games, but not like Enshrouded, not the way that it's done. And it definitely is really something special. All right, so I'm thinking, what do you? I'm trying to debate where I want this. Hopefully, you guys don't mind chatting a little bit about stuff here and there. I'm trying to think where I could put this tree house. Maybe out by at least one more block. In terms of like where from the branch I want to start hanging it down from. Maybe even out by one more. I want it to be like out there, you know, out on the branch, to feel like you're really suspended out here, but not like way on the tip of the branch, you know, because like it's got to be supported and stuff. So I'm thinking somewhere like maybe right past that little branch, like the fork of the branch there. Yeah, right about here. There's like that nub that sticks out. I think that just feels like maybe a good spot right here. Not too far out there. I also got to be able to, yeah, peak of the arch. Yeah, something about, yeah, about right here. About right here. I think that's good. Yeah, so I'm thinking in this area. We also got to make sure I can grapple over to it. So that's going to be a test here. Let's see. If this is lower. So how many of these? This is out by 3. What's going? Yeah, out by 3. Okay. So let's do it down by 1. So 1, 2, and then 3. And I'm gonna test if I can grapple to it here. I'm gonna destroy some things, and then we'll try to see if I can grapple from about here over to that. I think I can with the advanced grapple thing, but we'll see. Got 5k hours into Ark, and used to say it had the best building mechanics ever. Then you found Enshrouded. Yeah. Ark was pretty good, and I might play Ark 2, but yeah, I like other games better as far as like right now. Ooh yeah, we could do some trampolines in the tree for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, Irksome, you were seeing the yellow line because I was using the altar to zoom out. Yes. Do you host server or resource worlds? I do have an Enshrouded community server. I do not have any resource worlds though. 3D, I don't know if you're still in the Twitch chat. I was gonna ask you at some point about just having a command in my chat to pull up the info for your server. So yeah, there's someone, one of my followers, 3D Designs, has a resource world that he hosts for people in the community here, and it's been awesome. So I try to you know, run people over to there if they're looking for a server to grab resources from. But yeah, there's a few of them. Right now I have one that's downloaded to my hard drive that I'll use. yeah, the Shroud Depot. I have the Shroud Depot that's downloaded on my hard drive right now, but the mall that 3D's been doing is pretty cool, so. Yeah, exactly, Katie. Thank you for that. All right. So I'm gonna go, I think I have a grapple hook down somewhere. I will have to see, though. You know what? Maybe we can make one. Maybe I just have the resources. We can go over to our brand new buddy, the blacksmith, and craft one here. Yeah, I do. Let's just get one over here. Had to quit out of a hightail. You're lost in some sort of mine area you never saw before. Ooh, interesting. Have you been playing? And then is that in your personal world, or have you been on the community server or something? Yeah, he has 2 identical versions of it due to the 16-player server limit. That's awesome, Drasham. Lord Zizzo, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We are building more on the forest village and doing a hanging treehouse, or at least the beginnings of it. Okay, so I'm gonna break this one. We're gonna put the grapple probably at the bottom of it. Let's see here. Let's get that in here, and then put it probably like down there. If I can grapple to here, I should have no problem grappling to the treehouse. It's a far distance. That's a really far distance, so I don't know. But I was hoping from about here. Can I grapple? I mean, it doesn't show that I can grapple, but I could do a little jump and get over to it. Okay. How close would I need to be to grapple? Let's test that out here. Okay. So I'm gonna remove this and see how close I could be. So if this was the tree house, okay, I'm gonna do a little risky business here. Let's see. Let's do that, and then put the grapple on here, and then okay, perfect. And then let's remove this one. Okay, that I can easily make it to. Even from like right here, right on the edge. So we'll see. I think based on how large the house is gonna be, I think we're gonna be fine. I definitely could use a swing anchor on the branch. Yeah, I think we're gonna be just fine. So I'm gonna keep it in that first location. I'm gonna keep it up there. So let's do it where it originally was, and let's call this block right here the center of the treehouse, because think about it, you guys, it's going to be a big rounded structure, so it's going to come out to here anyway. Like, the door of it might be all the way out over here, and that should be just fine. And if we need to, for, you know, if people have like a lower level grappling hook or something, we could totally put a swing anchor on the top. I think right here is good. Make sure that's right, that's at that arch spot that I wanted. Yeah, I think this is perfect. Yeah, we'll try here. Trying to build a bridge to the other tree, the other side. Nice. Yeah, just one foundation closer. Yeah, so that means we'll be fine, because if the center's here, then that brings it out pretty far for us. So let me go ahead and stack a couple of these foundations. We're gonna just sort of make ourselves a core. We're gotta do a lot of floating scaffolding, a lot of stuff we gotta do here. Okay, and then I want to do one of these guys. I want to turn snapping off. Okay, and then I want to, let's see here, whereabouts is that? That's wanting to be like right there, so let's see, if I move it over by one, is that a little more centered on the outer branch, or does this seem... This seems pretty good. We can make it work because we can bring out a little bit of like wood from the tree trunk. Assuming assuming the thing goes over to here. Let me do some scaffolding up around here quick. Do like a little temporary platform. What's next? A hanging outhouse or bathhouse? Could be cool though, you know, some like water coming in around. I think that's pretty cool. And we could even do like a little beam that sort of connects it to, you know, to each branch. I was debating scooching it over, but I kind of want the center of it to be lined with the center of the opening in that case. So I was thinking right here would be the way to go for that. All right. So now I get some more scaffolding and go up with it. Building a new branch. Yeah, we could modify this branch a little to make it work, I think. I'm not too worried there. Okay, so I want to get up here. I want to do one more of these guys to be like up, let's see, there. And then I want to, let's see, I wanted to put like maybe some roof blocks or some different type of block on the top of it. Yeah, I think some roof blocks. Let me get another little foundation up here. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna just start making ourselves like a little beam that we're gonna be able to mount our stuff from here. Oops. Yeah, and then I'll get some bark and hide it and make it all nice, but yeah. Cyber Dan, you're changing your name again, Isaac. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, hanging outhouse over a garden for fertilizer. Always make a pit of snapjaws below for the unfortunate ones. Oh gosh. Yep. Okay, hope it don't fall here. Okay, so that's where we want the center of the thing to be. That's pretty good. So I am going to test a few things now. Thing number one, we make our own chain from scratch. Thing number two, which I wanted to try, is this. Okay. We have these big crypt chandeliers that already come with these big chains on them. And this may be what we want to do. Debating, I kind of want it to be like as low as possible, so maybe even like another like 4 blocks lower than this already. Let's see here. What can we do if we want to oops. Okay, we're good. We're good. I just need to not fall up in here. Can we get to the sing link for the smaller chain? Yeah, I wish we could have the I wish we could have that chain, but the smaller version. That would be very nice indeed. Okay, so let's see. Let's do one there, and then one that's like at the halfway point. I think it's there. It's like not. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay, that snaps at the halfway point. Is that too high? I need to I can go grab a little sleep so that we can all see. I could reverse it and embed the lantern in the tree, but see, it's gonna be in the roof of the building, so I'm actually okay with it. Yeah, I could hide it upside down. For sure. Wish there were no area limits. Yeah. To be able to do mega builds and stuff. I know that's the only downside of this game. Really bad render distance, really bad performance. And so they're not able to give you unlimited areas, at least not yet. Okay, how am I getting up there? I think I might, well, okay. I was gonna say maybe I could use some ladders, but we'll just like craft a bit of like a spiral scaffolding or something over here. Oops. Oh, reverse. Oh, to lengthen the chain. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. That makes sense because we want to really hang it down. And yes, to be able to lengthen the chain. I see what you're saying. Let's see. How could we do this here? Because, well, yeah, we have this as our sort of starting point. So let's see. What happens if I rotate this upside down to, in theory, be able to lengthen? Is that about perpendicular? I think it's, well, okay. I think that's good enough. Hoping anyway. All right, we want to go out of first person. So this thing is pretty large. Let's see here. Let's do Okay, whereabouts is it? Okay, yeah, about there. So we could really come down. Awesome. So what I want to do is let's see, let's destroy that and then put a little 4-block thing here. So let's do that right there. Okay. Gonna be so cool when it's done. I think it'd be neat. And yeah, make big chains from the bark or the stone terrain material or something. Absolutely. Is this the same world you created all the way back in episode 1? Yes. Same world I created on day 1 of the game coming out. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool to still be in it. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and rotate this one all the way around. I love it's even like even snapping, so this is so easy to get centered perfectly because that's how big the chain is. It's the 2x2. This might be exactly what we're after. All right. So yes, we do have the weird, you know, thing poking there, but that's not that big an issue. Let me just make sure it doesn't stick up above the branch because I don't want to build the branch thicker. But I could build it out on the side to hide the edge of that. So that's what I'm wondering about here. Okay, I want this to be more like here. I could go down another like 2 blocks even. I don't like how high up that is, and we could really make this chain pretty long. Yeah, 36 clicks. I know, irksome. There's like, I used to do all the counting, but now I'm like, that's just a pain to like count all the clicks of rotating stuff. How do you change the zoom? Can't see your tower from long distance of... Oh, like, you can use Z in the scroll wheel, if that's what you're talking about, doing that. This huge tree is not custom made. Parts of it are, but this is actually one that was already here. But I do plan to do a big custom-made tree eventually. So see, I could do the chain there. I do think, let's see, 2 chains. 2 chains would be cool, wouldn't it? I think 2 chains. What do you guys think? Oh, you've been trying T and getting mad it didn't work. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. If you're ever curious, you can always just go into the settings and then, you know, into controls. And then you should be able to see, let's see, except, wait, is there, yeah, keyboard and mouse bindings, and then see what things are set to, you know, by default. That's always how you can figure out what stuff is, but do they say Z in the scroll wheel in here? I don't actually know that they do. That's why you're confused, yeah. Oh, zoom in it, wait, nope. Yeah, okay, zoom in, zoom out, yeah, for camera, Z in the scroll wheel, okay. So yeah, you can do that. Yeah, 2 chains should be plenty. It's going to be more than enough. I just hope it's not too long, if you know what I mean. Because I don't want it to be too long. Do you guys think proportionally that's like... I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, we can make a little bonfire up top or something. Yeah, I don't care that it sticks out too much. It should be okay. Or, because of how tall it is, we could go down a whole nother 4 blocks, honestly. And I might just do that. And then we just keep it 1 chain. I don't know. Okay, let me try it on here. So that's as far down as it would be coming there. That means the roof would have to be here, but then the point of the roof, yeah, there's no way we'd be able to hide that in the point of the roof. I agree with you guys. I like the upside down idea. So let's go ahead and rotate it, but let's bring it down here and see how that looks. Let's see. I think it's that way. Yeah, tree bonfire, exactly. A little pond to put out the flame. I don't know if these ones, I wonder if these ones would go out with the, you know, with the water, or if it's too big. Some braziers do and some don't. That looks better. That looks a lot better because, yeah, now we're talking more like in the branch, and we can easily hide that with some foliage and vines and stuff at the top. And it's like, then it lengthens it by a whole nother 4 blocks, which is, if the roof is here, let's get like a little far back look at that. It might actually be exactly what I'm going for. I don't know if I need to. Like if I need 2 of them, you know? Because, I mean, it's cool that I could do 2 of them, but I don't know if I need that many. I think this is you know, this is pretty good right here. I don't know. Yeah. Imagine if fire spread, that would be terrifying. Yeah, right. uh. Yeah, it looks better. Watch as the flame flicker the branches of a treehouse. That would be crazy, though. You'd have to be able to turn it off. So yeah, we can definitely hide that though, and now that's more central, and it's not, you know. The reason I wanted to do it here instead of like right in the middle of the branch, and we can customize the branch. I'm fine with that. I don't mind. The reason I wanted to do it there is because I want it to be centered on this opening. It's just the way I am, and I don't want it to be like 2 blocks over when it could just be like centered on this opening down there, and I just feel like that's, I don't know. That's cool, you know, it's like a perfect 90 from the treehouse over here, and why not? Why not? So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna get some vines and some terrain, and we can try to hide it a little bit. No, I haven't made a house for the hunter, so the hunter's house is gonna probably go on this tree branch that is over here. And I'm gonna do a full-on, like, tree house anyway. Yeah, you saw the one I meant. I want to do a full tree house, much smaller than this one, but yeah, we'll do something over there. All right, so let's get some foliage and some stuff. See what we can do here. About hiding that brazier, but I'm pretty sure we got it. Let's see here. Let's get some of the foliage and the Blackmire bark. I think that's what I want right now. Get some heartwood, some mushroom flesh, maybe too, depending. But yeah, I'll start with a few. And see what we can do here. All right. So if I go out over here, I'm thinking we can hide it or sort of customize a little bit of it. Hey, Tony, welcome in. All right. It doesn't look that bad. It's almost like a big brace that, you know, comes out, but I have some stock. Yeah, we got some stock. We got some stock. How did I set up the depot? I just downloaded the world. I just downloaded it. With the one that you guys see me use sometimes. Okay, but yeah, I do think at least a little something to come out and cover that. So let's go to the square one here, and let's go to Blackmire bark, and then I want to sort of glitch it in this spot here. There's almost like a little nub that can kind of come out here, and then sort of like, let's see here. Yeah, sort of just like hold it, but then we could keep the metal showing from this as if it's like, you know, like a support or something. So we could just sort of make this look natural, like a little something that comes out of the tree. Let's use this little like cube here, and then a few of the single blocks to like smooth it out here. I don't know, but something along these lines. Yes, if you download the depot, you eventually run out of resources, so you gotta run a backup or just download it again. Takes me a long time though to run out of everything. All right, so let's get this here down. Okay, and then back a little bit in here. Let's see. Let's do this one like here. And then one maybe right in here or something. About there anyway. That's looking pretty good. I think this is gonna work. I kind of need to get on top of this branch to smooth it out a little more. Hey, JP, welcome in. Really branching out in these builds, I see. Yes, yes. I'm gonna get up on top of this thing. What I really need, I've kept pestering the devs about this. They never do anything about it. I really need the option to plant these leaves. We can't make seedlings for these little sapling things that grow on the bark. And I really wish we could. And I hope we can someday. Someday. Alright. So let's get some, let's go back to this piece here. And then let's do like a little bit of roundedness. And then we're just gonna make it, like smooth it all out now, essentially. Let's see. Oops. Not quite that large. Yeah, something like this. Okay. That's pretty good for that side. And then let's see here. I kind of like that. That was okay the way it was. Let's just take that out there. Okay. That's working. I mean, yeah, we have this little flame glitching up, but I'm not too picky. That's okay. Never seen it from up here. Anyway, it'll show a little bit of like greenish smoke at night, but we'll make the whole house like this greenish vibe. You know, it'll be okay for the alchemist, I'm pretty sure. That should be okay. The dev survey's got some funny questions. I haven't taken that yet. Yeah, definitely alpha. Resource worlds have servers and stuff. Yep. You can take out a branch, a piece of bark, and replace it with soil, and plant the tree. Yeah. I'll plant a tree on the tree. Exactly. That's the only way I'd be able to do that. But the trees we get are like tall. Like we don't have these, you know. We don't have these types of trees that have all the little branches and like actually look like leaves. The best thing I could do is like take like the hazelnut bushes or something like that. It starts with I own a yacht, yes or no. That's funny. But yeah, I think that's something there. So I do wonder though, do these braziers, do they go out with the water? Because if they do, you could glitch a little water in the tree trunk. Or in the branch. Oh yeah, I could freeze one at growth stage 1. Yeah, for like a larger tree. True. Yeah, and the big revelwood trees, I know. I want seedlings for those as well. Yes. But yes, you guys are right. I could try to, you know, when I do a big mega tree that we build from scratch, I could try to do that. Okay. So let's see here. Does this go out underwater? Let's see. Nope. These ones are ones that are too big and they stay lit. Okay, well now we know. Some of them go out, some of them don't. Okay. It was worth a try. But I don't think, yeah, overall I don't think I mind the little bit of smoke that comes out. Again, I was thinking of hiding it in the roof, but then we just really wouldn't have much chain that sticks down, and so I do think overall the best option is to hide it in the branch. I think there is a mod. Do you guys know if the Builder's Companion mod allows us to place big chains? Because I know they're in the game. Yeah, I'll do this build at least vanilla, but maybe if we do a mega endgame base or something. If they still haven't given us big chains, maybe I use that mod to place them or something. Either way, you guys know it can be done in vanilla, and that's what I'm showing you here. That's the big part I wanted to like be sure of. I like it when if anybody's inspired, they can use things that I do without needing mods to make it work. So that's our goal here a little bit. Sometimes they go out after a really long time. Like when they're under the water. Maybe. This is okay though. I think that'll be fine. So I'm gonna render from where we are going to be down at the tree. So I think that works. That works right there. Just a little bit of a branch sticking out, and that totally hides it. And modifies it to something we can manage. All right. So there we have it now. There is our hanging, oops. All right, okay, zoom out there. There's our hanging thing. I kind of like the metal braces like into the tree up there. Like it gives a cool look. Yeah, they don't really have mods. There is a mod that gives you the code for the items that are in the game, but that you can't craft. So like, I know I've seen chains in pre-existing structures. We just don't have them as a crafting option. So that's the kind of thing the mod unlocks, is like it gives us the things that we don't have that are craftable in the game. But you can't, there are no mods that add things to the game that aren't already in the game, if that's what you're wondering. But yeah, there is a mod that allows you to access the assets of the game and place them, which is really nice, you know. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully they add them as props eventually. They have branch manager. Bit leery of mods ever since Skyrim. Yeah, I don't use mods much. I really don't. I will use quality of life mods if a game feels unplayable. Like right now, Valheim just feels like it needs mods, but maybe after 1.0 they'll fix some things and I won't need them anymore. Enshrouded is pretty good without mods. You really don't need it. It's just a nice little thing sometimes if you need to place a prop that's not in the game. Or, like, not craftable, I should say. But yeah. Everything I do here is in vanilla, so I at least want to show you guys that, like, yeah, it's possible. It is possible in vanilla. Alright. So let's craft this up here. And we might have to sort of build this almost, like, backwards, if that makes sense. Well, let's see here. Let's destroy that. Let's destroy that. And that one. I'm gonna do like a center pillar, okay? I'm gonna do a center pillar in this house. We're gonna figure out how tall I want the house to be. Do a bit of planning here. Let's turn on snapping and see if I can fit it. Yeah, right there. That works. And then destroy that and destroy that. And then put that there. So now we're sort of outlining like, okay, there is going to be the center. It's going to look like a big elongated boxing thing here hanging from the tree. But like we could use this design to make some sweet looking lanterns that hang from the trees as well. I think one more down should do it here. So let's do right there. That'd be even with this essentially. We could do a little bit more. I don't know exactly, like, yeah, with the Alchemist, I want it to be like sort of this elongated, like, tower feel. Maybe even some sort of spiral staircase in the center. I don't know what we could do, but something. Prefer to play most games in vanilla. If you need a mod, make it fun. Yeah, it's not a good game in your opinion. Yeah, exactly. I do think it's nice when devs actually focus on, like, making everything really playable in a base game, for sure. Spent 4 hours building 2 skull chandeliers yesterday. It took so long. Wow, that's awesome though. I mean, that's the kind of thing you do, like completely customize stuff. It really is awesome. Okay, so I wanted to do this to be one more down, so I'm going to place, okay, yeah, that works. And I want the floor to be at the level of, okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine right here. And then let's do the little, let's do just a little blocker. Let's see, can I snap that in there? Perfect. So there is the floor of our treehouse. Don't know what blocks I want it to be made of entirely just yet, but I think that's gonna be a good level right there. So that's gonna be the height of it basically. I know it looks tall, but like I said, I'm gonna do like a tall custom pointy roof, and I think that's a pretty, you know, it is at the same height as the treehouse. I was debating keeping it the same height or making it drastically different. Oh, the floor needs to be 1 block lower actually. 1 block lower to make it, I think, what I was envisioning here. All right, so turn off snapping. Let's make it right. Can Can I go to the edge without falling off? Hang on. Let me just go over here. Okay. Let's do it right there. So that's our floor. All right, and then we'll snap some of these around it just to like widen it out a little bit. Okay. There we go, and then officially snap this, and it'll go in place there. I'd love to see the new luminescent blocks in the red and purple colors. Maybe that would be cool. That would be cool, yeah. Yeah, we got new windows, those high castle tavern type ones. Definitely. Devs for Enshrouded are pretty awesome. They've, yeah, gone quite far with stuff that players have asked for, yes. As always, what makes such an awesome dev team is when they really listen to the players, and I think Enshrouded devs do that for the most part. There's, you know, it's very, like, when I complain about something, it's very nitpicky stuff that is, like, probably, you know, maybe could be added in the game even someday, and a lot of it already has, you know? I think this is cool. I think that's about right. You guys think so? I mean, I could go 2 chains, you know, we could make things really long and rotate it down so that, you know, I could make the house hang a lot lower, or I could make it a lot higher. We could do a very small little hanging hut, but I feel like we could do something, I don't know, sizable. What do you guys think? You think the floor should be there? I'm gonna do the floor up higher just so you see the difference as well. So the floor there for option 1, or here for option 2. So if we wanted the floor low, we could do it low, or we could make it, you know, maybe option 2 actually. Just to give it a little variation from the treehouse. I don't know. I think because I could make it wide, we could still do our pointy roof. It doesn't have to be super pointy, but it's not going to be a huge hut. Like, we don't want some mega house hanging from a little chain. It doesn't make sense, you know? So maybe option 2, just to be a little bit more elevated than the treehouse so that it's not at the same height. I think lower than the treehouse, I feel like that would look too long for the little skinny chain, though. Like, we'd have to do a bigger custom chain to make that look right. Which, again, for like an endgame base, I think I totally could. We could do a big hanging treehouse with like a custom chain, maybe. But I think just for the sake of like trying this with the props and stuff, I don't know if I'll go too big with it. Almost fill the max altar of space in every direction. Haven't even begun decorating after 100 hours. Yeah, decorating like takes the longest though too. Like option 2, yeah, varied from the treehouse a little bit. Yeah. And I could do one more chain, totally. If I did lower than the treehouse, I'd have to, or you know, or we just elongate it and still do the floor at the level of the treehouse. But let's see what looks good from. I mean, this is about as far away as I can look at it, but from the bottom of technically. You know what? Actually, I've got some ideas, because we want the floating house to sort of have this point on the bottom as well. Like, I want it to be like a crystal shape, you know? I want it to be like a crystal, but a house, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to keep it at the level of the treehouse, I think. But we're going to extend the bottom down to be like a point, which is going to give that variation, I think. And then the top as a point. Yeah, if I'm doing more of like a crystal shape, I probably should have it be the lower shape, actually. And now that I think about it. Plan how you want the bottom to look from below now? Yeah, exactly. I think I want it to like kind of point down. And sort of do that. Yeah. And Miss Lavender, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so for the floor of this thing, gotta figure out what I want. I'm thinking I'll use the same floor as I've done for the treehouse and stuff. A lot of my builds. We'll do this this palm wood up in here. I think that'll look nice. It's got some fun variation to it or something like that. Lunary, welcome in. Sorry you joined a bit later. Who's this house for? This is gonna be the alchemist hut. I thought a fantasy hanging treehouse with really interesting lighting could be a neat alchemist hut, maybe. Ooh, yeah, put a long hollow halls crystal at the bottom of it. Yeah, just at the tip and stuff. Totally. Yeah, yep. No, I think that'd be good. So yeah, we can let's see here. We use the palm wood block. See, if I hit Y, oh yeah, if I hit Y, it like undoes it in my inventory, but so it like dismantles the blueprint here. Is there like a single block somewhere that I could just like have that's part of the floor? Hey, these will work. Okay. And then I can just, yeah, there we go. Okay. So we'll use the palm wood block for the floor of it. And then we can do that. But yeah, irksome, it's always useful when I have like single blocks that are out there. So I do think making it 3 wide, I think that's a good radius per se, you know, if I wanted the floor here. So let's see, let's destroy that, put that there. Yeah, I think 3 things wide is, I don't think I want it to be any wider. I think that's pretty good. That allows us to have plenty of room along the outside, and it still allows us to put a little spiral staircase up the center. It's gonna be tight, but that's what I'm after. I'm after like this rickety, really cozy feel for this one. But yeah, I think this will work. So what I need to do now is I'm gonna use my circle calculator here, and let's see. We've got a width of 24, right? Yeah, 24. Okay. Do a width of 24, and let's see what it spits out. All right. Cool. So we want 6, and then 3 and 3. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna start building some little. Well, we're gonna do a full square, and then we're just gonna start destroying the edges here. So we want to do. Oops, we want to do. Let's just take out that edge, and then maybe like that. We'll just start getting the rough shape of it here, and then I'll refine it with the circle calculator. I don't really need the circle calculator at this point, but it's helpful, especially as I start shrinking the diameter if we're trying to do tapered roofs. That's what I did for the blacksmith hut. I think it turned out really good, so I'm gonna do it again. Yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot use the water wheel on its side. Yeah, but it could be cool. Could be cool if you were able to, right? Okay, let's do a couple here. Let's go there now. Alright, we want to do, let's see, 2 and 2. I need it to be 6 wide, basically, so, like, we want to go in another, let's see here, how's this one? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. I want it to be like that. So I'm gonna do this, and this, and then this. Or I could just, okay, 1, 2, 3. That's a little easier. It's like sometimes you use the single block, sometimes you use the blueprint. I always don't know, but... Alright. Yeah, the arch pieces, I could. They're too big and bulky in this case. I'm wondering what I'll do to sort of make it rounded, though. I mean, that's a good point, you know? Maybe blocks and foliage, maybe a combination of some, like some diagonal windows on all the sides. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out that'll look good. Yeah, I so wish we could do the window on the ceiling. Yeah, make a giant, yeah, the windmill and the water wheel and stuff, like a big chandelier or a big fan. Yeah, that would be really cool, wouldn't it? All right, so we want to do, let's see, 6, 6, and then 3, and then a full diagonal. It just doesn't seem right, but I guess if that's what it wants us to do, we will go ahead and do that. It just seems like that's more. Well, it's not. It's not more of a circle. I think doing the full diagonal there. 6, 3. Yeah. Okay. Just like, I don't know. It seems like that's like the voxel one tells me to do this, so I'm gonna do this. And that's fine, actually, because that allows me to have some nice, like, angled windows on the sides. So if that's apparently a perfect voxel circle, that's what we're gonna do. Because it's gonna make the roof a lot easier if we stick to the voxel calculator here and don't just try to do my own thing. I think it's gonna be a lot easier. All right, so there's the size of our hut. It is gonna be fairly large, but that doesn't look too big. And especially as it's like tapered on the ends and stuff, I think that's gonna be cool. A cool concept at the very least, and I've never done a hanging treehouse before, so it's gonna be interesting. And some inspiration and something I wanted to try for a while. All right, so let's put the grapple. Let's see here. Let's put it right in the middle of the treehouse. I want to sort of like glitch it back just a little bit, and let's put it right there. In theory, I should be able to reach that now. We don't need the shouldn't need any of these guys anymore. Use the bookshelves to make a circle. I absolutely could. Yep. All right, so now in theory that should, yeah, it's like right at the edge there, and then you can get the grapple, but I could totally do a swing anchor. That's awesome. All right, and we'll have to do another one that's like over here as well to get back and forth between the houses. I could do a big hanging bridge and stuff, but again, I have all these ideas, but I want to do them on something else. I think for this forest village, because the tree's just not quite laid out in the way that I want, I'll just work with what I have, and we'll do that. It's nice though to have another. It's nice to have another building here so that we can actually see our treehouse. Look at that. Because I'm always on the inside of the treehouse, but you can't ever see the treehouse from the ground because it doesn't render in. It just disappears when you're on the ground. And so it's nice to have another few buildings in the tree to where you can really appreciate like the village within the tree. And I really like that, actually. It's making me inspired when it comes to like building a tree village of like, all right, it might not render in from the ground, but at least when you're in the tree, I think it looks good. And we'll do that. All right. So this is our outline, and I think for the bottom circle portion, what should we do there? I'm debating. Okay. Gotta try to figure out some stuff here for the little point that goes on the bottom. I was thinking of doing it out of like luminous blocks, or at least like sort of doing it out of luminous blocks. I know sometimes it takes a while just to like lay out the build. Sometimes it does. Cause yeah, I want a lot of luminous blocks in this build, so I was thinking of yeah, some interesting designs. Okay. So with the pillars on that treehouse, I used, okay. I did use these palm wood blocks as supports, and I do feel like those should go on the sides of these edges here. So maybe let's see here. Let's put a couple just to start outlining like our little area here. I'll figure out the luminous blocks and the lighting later, and we'll also figure out the points later too. I think right now we're just gonna try to start building the meat of the house and start coming up with some ideas. So let's do these right here. And yeah, I think for the levels of this place, I'm gonna do it similar to what I did for the tree house, to where we'll have it, you know, the 8 blocks tall or whatever, or maybe we just do like a really high ceilings. Let's see, what do we have room for? Like a 2-level building but tall ceilings. It's like, it's alchemist, we want to like showcase the spiral staircase or have some like chandeliers hanging from the inside. So I don't want it to feel too cramped for this one. So I'm gonna go up. Let's see here. Wonder if I could like start making myself like a little temporary like I don't know, something here. Maybe I could. We could sort of figure something out here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So if I've got, you know, a few more up tall, we could in theory do like, yeah, one large level on the bottom and then a shorter level on the top, or maybe we do two that are both 1.5. That's what I'm gonna do, I think. So I'm gonna continue these up by an extra 4 blocks. So let's do this one there. This way it's also not gonna be symmetrical with the treehouse, which is exactly also what I'm wanting. Okay, snapping. So that's gonna be the height of the first floor, is the 12 blocks, and then I think the same for the second floor. So let's do that for now, and then I'm going to get the second floor done, which I think I can use probably the same block, yeah. We'll do the same block. Well, we'll touch it up and, you know, figure things out a little later too, but... Alright, so let's do this one here. I know this is gonna be a little... Okay, let's do that. And then we obviously need to destroy both of those. Alright. And then we can continue it around here. That, and just leave the center open. So there's the first floor, I think. Well, do we just want one floor maybe for this building? I don't know how tall or pointy I want. Actually, okay. I have thought of something new, and I want to change this around a little bit. I want there to be a loft that's partially, like, yeah, okay, I've got a design. Let's see. Oops, I don't want to fall there. Okay, so let's remove those. And let's do the ceilings of, let's do these one more block high. And I think this is gonna be the height of the entire build, but I'm gonna put these lofts or balconies that are like overlooking different floors. That's how I'm gonna do this build. I don't want it to feel divided. I want the whole thing to feel like you can see everything within the build, but I want these long wall or window designs to be the sides. So I think this is what we're gonna do. And then I can take the blocks here, and let's see, I'm gonna need to turn off snapping initially for this. I'm gonna need to do like another scaffolding piece here. Okay. So let's see here. Let's get maybe this one first. Did that work? I think it did. It's gonna look so cool. Hopefully, it'll be fun to try out. Always fun to try out some new builds. All right. So let's do these around here. I think this is a really good height to then be able to do our pointy roof up to the chain. I think that's a good height for the pointy roof, so that we're not sort of leaving it there. All right, and then let's just destroy these little corners here so that this, and then we'll make our circle again up here. And then yeah, with the crystal centered at the very bottom, exactly. We're gonna do like a point that hangs down from the bottom. You know, like a teardrop shape, but you know, like a big diamond or something. Orianza, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, like an upside down roof, essentially, is what it's gonna be, with crystal and like some cool luminous blocks, you know, and like vines or something, you know, hanging down from it. But yeah, I think like literally I'm designing this house to be like a crystal, but like I think it'll still have a mossy roof, but like maybe some like added texture or something different in it, you know, some cool something. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll figure it out. All right, so let's do a blocks here. This way I just know where my edges are, so I can make this circle a little easier. And then let's do this here on all the sides. Oops. I think I can, yeah, just like take these back more and stuff. We'll make this rounded ceiling. Hey Kara, welcome in. Excited to see this build. Heck yeah. Appreciate you all joining today. It's always fun. Always fun coming up with ideas and giving y'all's feedback and stuff. Yeah, hanging vines from the balconies and the base. Yeah, I'm thinking of that. Like, vines mixed with, like, luminous growth and stuff, too, though. We gotta make it, like, fantasy, like, crazy, crazy fantasy. Okay, so if I destroy that, we want 2, 3, and then, yeah, this works. Okay. So we just want to take out the middles here. And this is where our circle's going to be. Alright. Yeah, it shows the tilt too, but won't let you use it. Yeah, exactly, for being able to rotate the wheels and stuff. Watch the streams and get inspired to build, then get the game, get in the game, have very few pieces unlocked yet, then uninspired and play Tropico. Well, you keep going and unlocking pieces, or yeah, like I say, you know, if you use the resource world or things, you know, you can get every piece and stuff without needing to unlock it in the game. I just really enjoyed the game too, so the adventure part of it was really fun for me. Okay, so there we go. There's the meat of our house, basically. We're gonna have the point on the bottom. We're gonna have a big pointy roof on the top. And then we're gonna have these little, like, balconies that sort of, like, you know, cascade up and stuff. It is gonna be a tall roof, but actually that's about the, yeah, that's about the top of where the treehouse portion is in terms of that roof. So yeah, this should be fine. And Audrey, welcome in. Missed most of the stream. Hi again. Anyway, yeah, no worries. We'll be on for a bit longer. Yeah, we could do a little basement too, and a little loft is, yeah, we'll have some room. This gives us room to work with some little areas. Again, some of it'll be cramped, but the overall feel is that I think I'll have this spiral staircase in the center that we might place with props. We might try that, because I've never done a spiral staircase with props. Not really. I've done it with the tables, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, I haven't really done it with props, so an interesting experience. Yeah, working lifts in the game, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. A giant bird cage at the moment, it really does, yeah. And it will look a little bit like that, because yeah, it's like it's hanging from the tree, so it's gonna resemble a little bit of bird cage feel. A little bit, especially in its early stages. For sea coffin lids? That could be cool. That could definitely be cool. You apply chisel as a bird. Yeah, crude bench is really great for stairs. Who knew? Yeah, definitely. And like the signs too and stuff. I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff on some of the build showcase streams. Okay, so we've got this, which is good. I'll go see how it looks from the treehouse too. So from here, yeah, that's perfect. I like it. I don't think it's too big, but yet it's gonna have all the space we'll need for things. And yeah, it's far enough out that it doesn't really block your balcony thing and like adds a cool point of interest here. I think that's cool. It's cool to try. Cool to try something unique here. When it comes to making it. Okay. So yeah, for angled windows and stuff, let's see, what could we do down here? And for the whole roof bit that's gonna slope down on the bottom here. I'm debating what to do for making the point on the bottom. I'm thinking upside down roof blocks really would work well for this. I'm just thinking like which ones, maybe the Drakdal Temple roof blocks. That's what I'm gonna start with, and that's how I'm gonna make the point on the bottom of this house. The Drakdal Temple roof blocks, because it's gonna mirror the mossy roof on the top, and yet I can insert like crystals into them and stuff and make it look nice. I think that'll work really great. Yeah, signs make good space-saving ladders. Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. It'll work really well. All right, so let's see. I gotta create some scaffolding now to get myself underneath this tree. Okay. We're gonna start with, because we got to do a lot of circles here. So we're gonna start with something down, like a big. Start with a big platform here, and we'll keep like moving it down as we need to. But just slowly walking around. It's all gonna look really crappy and weird now because of all these blocks and temporary stuff, but they'll be useful. They'll be useful, I think. All right, so I want to start by outlining the build with these Drakdal temple blocks along the whole outside here. I think this is gonna be a really cool concept. Is it gonna take long? Yeah, but I don't care. It's okay. Everything building in Enshrouded takes long. You guys are used to it at this point. So it's not as easy as throwing up a few base pieces and calling it a day. Yeah, I just thought of something on your bridge since it's made of signboards, right? Saving yourself from falling by any chance? Oh, maybe Scarcraft. You never know. Maybe we will not fall by taking extra safety precautions. Yeah, I know. It's probably surprising to some of you, though, because, like, usually I don't really worry about safety and stuff on these builds. But I know it's going to be a pain in the ass if I don't just overdo it on the get-go. Like, I'm going to end up doing some huge platform, so I'll just may as well start with it, right? May as well start with it. Okay, so we have this now, and I want to try... Okay, what could I do here? We want to make... we want to put like a block in between every one of these, I think. That way we can sort of mimic and do the next circle layer as well. Is this OSHA approved? I mean... Enshroud OSHA, you know. I think Enshroud OSHA would approve floating islands and anything. Most definitely not. What are you talking about? All right, I'm liking this. Now what do we got? We gotta shrink it by. I'm debating, like, okay, 45 degree. It's got to be more. Okay, I'll start out with like a 1 or 2, probably 45 degree, and then shrink it down pretty quick. I'm debating now. I gotta debate here. Because I was thinking 45 degree, but now I'm thinking maybe 26 degree for the first few chunks. How did I do this blacksmith roof? This is going to be my inspiration a little bit, but upside down basically. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll go with 26 degree at least twice. I think that would look good. So. Yeah, because this turned out well, and if I do something like that, but upside down, yeah, at least twice. I think that would work. All right. Can't be cussing on here now, can we? Don't know if my YouTube channel lets you. I do have fairly decent moderative restrictions. Not that I care about it in the right context, but a lot of people just abuse things like that, so, you know, moderation has to be there. Hey, Anna, welcome in. Watching on your work break. Heck yeah. Welcome back. Doing some more building today. All right, yeah, I am thinking for we do a 26 to start out, that might be... Ooh, maybe I come down by like 2 blocks initially and then... I'm thinking here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's come down by 2 blocks. At least I think this Drakdal Temple is gonna make a nice taper on it, and then well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because it does have like minimal textures, but yet it's got that nice texture feel, and I think because we used it for the aqueducts and stuff above the water wheel, so I'll try to do this. OSHA guidelines smell a lot like another 4-letter word you can think of. Yes, OSHA can be a pain sometimes. They really can. I know because I'm in construction, and well, certain OSHA things are like decent, but when it comes to like other restrictions and building codes, a lot of things are done just to like, yeah, it's like modern cars where it's like you can't work on your own vehicles anymore. It's like they're forcing building restrictions in certain areas to be like really unnecessary stuff to make it super hard for homeowners to ever fix anything on purpose. Like, it's so on purpose. It's not anything to do with safety or practicality or anything. Of course, some of it is, but I'm just saying, like, it's some of it's gotten pretty out of hand. Oh, cool. Hightail Update 3. Yeah. What are some of the biggest things with that coming out on Tuesday? Have they switched to their next, well, what do I want to say? The next engine, the world generation? Because we were wondering when they were going to switch to the newer world generation, you know. And yeah, Anna, we're working on a big floating treehouse that's hanging from a chain. A little hard to see right here, but yeah, big floating treehouse hanging from a chain. It's going to be for the alchemist. Oh, that's the plan so far. Haven't been keeping up on it as much, Irksome. No worries. Did residential and commercial building too. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, let's see here. I want to shrink it by 2, I think. Yep, and then a couple times of shrink. Okay, I got this. So we started with 24. Now I want to go down to 20 for the radius. Okay, so 3, 3. All right. So what we want to do here is kind of wondering, like, yeah, if the inner portion. So I come in by, okay, by 2, and then come down by 1. So it'd be like this, and then, oop. I guess that's proper then. Yeah, because in by 2, down by 1, and then I want to go, this is gonna be tricky. we got it though. Yeah, no, because of the work itself. Yeah, irksome. Did electrical, variety, residential, commercial, yeah. Yeah, I became a general contractor yourself for another 12 years. OSHA was a pain, yeah, the entire time. Yep. So it's really funny. I'll tell you all a story. So my dad used to be an electrical engineer as one of his first jobs. And he basically would, like the inspectors and stuff would always want to find something wrong with it when they come out, because it's an excuse for them to come out again and then make more money to, you know, quote unquote, approve you. It happened a ton to him. I'm not saying everybody does this, because there are some great inspectors who don't do this, but it happened a ton to him. So the strategy was that he and his team would purposely wire everything in the house proper, but then purposely make something stand out as really bad or really dangerous. That way, OSHA or the inspectors or people, you know, they come in the house to have the electrical inspection. They'd immediately notice this one eyesore, and sort of just quickly glance over everything else. Write it down in their books as, oh, you got to fix this, and we'll come back for the final inspection, so that they knew exactly what to fix and exactly what to do, because otherwise they would just make stuff up, and then there's nothing you could do about it. You can't fix it. You have to like purposely break something and then fix it again just to pass inspection. It's pretty stupid. So yeah, that was their strategy, is they'd purposely make something wrong just so they could pass inspection on the second try. Okay, there's 4. I want to do it by 6, so we're coming out again. You did that for all 22 years of your career in construction? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I heard that advice. Yeah, for bosses that find something wrong with the work every time and it works. Yep. Yep, and it does depend. You know, I do septic system installations, and there are the regulations for inspection things, but I work with some great people. I know the county inspectors where I'm at, and they're very nice people. And at least for the septic system type stuff, they seem to be very level-headed and very like fair. You know, they pass if it's done right, they pass it. They don't try to make an excuse to come back, because in that case, it's not some big thing covered under insurance that they can just keep reaping in money from. It's they have to drive to the middle of nowhere 2 hours away, because I do excavation in the mountains and stuff. They probably don't want to come back, and so I think they've passed me like 99% of the time. And if they don't pass me, I have even things with them where it's like, okay, here, I'll just send you a picture when this portion is done because I didn't get around to finishing it today, and they're really great about it. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, not all inspectors and stuff are like that, but yeah, it really does depend. It really does depend. All right, I want to come in by 1. I'm like procrastinating on this route, on this thing now, because is this even gonna work here? Okay, let's see. Let's come in on the rest of these. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. Let's see. Yes, this will work. This will work to do a point. It's just gonna be interesting, and it's hard to do upside down. This is very wonky. They point out all the stupid stuff, but they really just hate, being there. So unless it's really dangerous, they'll go ahead and pass you. But make sure you understand and fix what needs fixing. Yeah, or some of that is true. It can either be, it can be like one or the other, right? Yep. Once you get to know your inspector, you get away with, without pulling too much. Yeah, exactly. Yep. If you do good work, right? Exactly. Once they like trust you and stuff, it's nice. Little zombie, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Just watching while doing a PC cleaning. Nice. Don't touch electric. Made a mistake of asking someone else if the power was off. Oh, 210. Woke up 10 minutes and 15 minutes later with, oh my god, your pliers welded shut. Yeah, electric is not for everyone. I have to do a bit of it for my job. To wire up all the paneling for the electrical for the septic systems, and also repair a bunch of underground wires, because we're doing septic system installations and updates. This is usually done on like a 50 to 70-year-old house. Nobody knows where stuff is underground. There's all kinds of stuff that's not marked. There's all kinds of stuff the county doesn't feel like coming up and marking. So we have locators and everything, but I dig through wires all the time. And when I'm in the excavator, it's fine. But yeah, when I have to go and like try to troubleshoot stuff with breakers and things, it's a pain in the ass. I don't like electrical. It's one of those things that's like, I don't like it much. Alright, so now we gotta go over by 2 and over by 2. So let's see. Let's fill in this gap, and then head over by 1 and 2. And then fill in this gap. It'll narrow down quick here, so I'm not too worried. It's just gonna feel tedious, especially when it's really big to start out with. Been hit by 120 and 240 and 277. One that actually hurt was the 120 line. Interesting. Dad told you it was turned off, but it was actually on 2 blocks in the blacks in the box. Yep. And since then, so I have wire pens. This is what I always use. Let me show you if I have it here. Let me see if I have it. So a lot of electrical people, they know about, they have these things, and it's, you turn it on, and it'll have an AC or DC mode in this case, or you get ones for both. You have to get ones for both and check both, because, for example, septic systems are part AC and part DC. And so it has a probe, and so you stick it on every wire you're about to do to make sure it'll sense if it's live or not, you know. Obviously trying to take as many precautions as I can, because yeah, you never trust someone who shuts off a breaker. I've learned that too. Yeah, I've had 120 and stuff. Thankfully, it's only gone through one hand. But yeah, it freaking buzzes the the shit out of my arm, and I'm like, it sucks. It sucks. I've had 120, and then I've also had some bad DC stuff, but it's like, you know, I purposely try to wire up boxes with like one hand if I'm not sure. You never want to have two hands in there. Yeah, it sucks when you're undoing wire nuts and stuff. Yeah, it's risky. Definitely want to be careful. All right, so let's see. Can I get back to the treehouse and sleep here because it's nighttime now? Anyway, a little electrical rant every now and then, you know. Hit your arm because you grounded. Yeah, through your foot, exactly. It'll still like figure it out, but it's like if you touch two ends with like your fingers, which is what happened to me, it tries to like arc through my hand and lower arm kind of a thing. So thankfully I have been, you know, okay, a couple of close calls here and there for sure, and gotta be very careful. But yeah, not something to mess around with too much. And I've had plenty of times where I'll make the other guy I work with, I'll make him upset because I'll just refuse to do something electrical. If something seems way too risky for me, I know he's got to pay way more to bring in a licensed electrician, but I'll just be like, nope, not touching that. Not touching that, and he understands for the most part. Because yeah, you don't want to risk crazy things. Yep. Oh man, melt through your pinky and sting it a bit. Yeah, it's not something to mess with for sure. Yep. And that's always the thing, you know, doing trades work. It's like you're always, you know, rushed on the job or all kinds of things that like sometimes I like think I'm being careful or try to be careful, but I really have to try. You really gotta try sometimes and be very careful. Let's see, in and then 1, 2. Let's bring in that one. Okay. And then let's see here. I think it's apparently according to him, heart stopped. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That can happen. That definitely can happen. Okay, now we go over by one more, and then, okay. Trying to figure out this, this design here, so let's go, by one, and then, is it just a little, yeah, it's just a little gap, okay. 1, and then, 1, 2, It seems a little, oh yeah, and then I can, yep, because 1 and then 1, 2, so we go out here and then I can fill in that piece. Okay, that works. And then, yep, 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, and then okay, I'm not going to fall there, so let's go out here and then, I think I had to do the 2 on the edges, yeah. There's 2, 2, and then 1, 2, and then this one, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then come over with these ones. I'm concentrating in a certain section of this. Always lagging when playing this game, made you uninstall it. Uh-oh, I'm sorry to hear you're having issues, Ace. Yeah, I seem to be running it just fine, and also on my lower end stuff. I know people are running on Steam Deck just fine as well, but every early access game can have certain hardware that it just has issues on. That's like, you know, regardless of like performance or certain things, but yeah. Body, yeah, thankfully the body convolution, your hit sent you about 10 feet away, way across the shop floor, and Dad, yeah, got your heart started again. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that'd make me nervous to like ever touch it again, you know? Yeah, yep, that's crazy. All right, so we want to go 2, 2, okay, back over, so let's get those 2 filled in, and then back, and then 1, 2, back, and 1, 2, and then get this one filled in, and then back in here, and then 1, 2, and then this one filled in, and then here, and then, oops, is that the right spot? Yeah, here, 2, and then that one, perfect, and then fill in those 2. 6, and then these ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. All right, we're making it around. We're making it around. I just got to get used to it here. I think this is gonna work. It'll look cool. It'll be some interesting texture on the bottom of this house as we narrow down the roof. Yeah. Yeah, electric train grabbed the wrong wire. Yep. It's yeah. It's the thing that like you don't know it's a fear or you're scared about it until bad things happen, you know? It's like one of those things where electrical has always been the thing where I tend to be like too quick about stuff, you know, when it's like no, it can be bad, you know. One wrong thing, you know, and everything's bad. Good game, but always lagging when you're playing it with friends. Only with friends? Or like you're on their servers or other things like that? Or is it just lagging for you and like on your end? Let's see, there's that one. I want to come in and then 1, 2, and then fill in these guys. Okay, and then fill in this one, and then in, and then 1, 2, and in and over. 3, and then this one, and then okay, yeah, 2, and then over. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, server network or something. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, if there's like 16 players on at the same time on a dedicated server that's not player hosted, Enshrouded has issues. We already know that from the community server. It can have some rubber banding issues no matter what, you know, even with good latency and stuff. But yeah. And yeah, thanks Melted Jedi. Be sure to like the stream if y'all enjoying it. Always helps. Rebuilding Glenwood's End about 95% done. That's awesome. That's a great spot to rebuild. Yep. That's an awesome location. Enshrouded testing it with the latest optiscaler. What is that? Runs like a dream? What are you referring to with optiscaler? Sorry if I don't understand that right. That sounds interesting, but okay, so let's see. 1. Oops, yeah. And 2, there we go. Perfect. I'm thinking of doing Glenn's yourself, but also Blue Goblin. Yeah, the Blue Goblet Tavern is also an awesome spot. I feel like those two are probably my favorites as well as far as like existing structures go. Yeah. Really need to learn how to share your builds in Discord. Really want you all to see the airship you made. How do you do that? Alpha, have you seen the video that I did on the channel a little bit ago? Of everything you need to know with world files and world sharing for Enshrouded. Give that a look if you haven't already. I walk through everything with Steam Cloud on or off, so you can you know, figure that out a little more. Boats and ships and seawater monsters would be crazy for the next big update. That would be pretty awesome, I will say that. I'm debating if I start going 45 degrees. If we went in 2, then I'd go in 45 by like 2. Let's see here. Debating a little bit. I think. I gotta figure out like how low I want the roof, trying to like, you know, do things like that. Optoscaler is a plugin that now supports Enshrouded. You can add frame gen in for both NVIDIA cards by hooking, into DLSS or FSR3. Interesting. I didn't know about that. I haven't used that there. Super cool. Yeah, ships and hammocks. Then an option to nap. Yeah, pass the day at like 60x speed. That could be cool. Yeah. And yeah, some can't post the links in the chat, but you could share it on Discord and Alpha if you're in the Discord. Check it out in there, or you just pop it in the media tab, or some if you've got it already pulled up. Yeah. Mr. Mad Dog, thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Sign up for bronze. Heck yeah, thank you so much for the support. And with that tier, if you want, you've got access to all the build downloads and yeah, the community server if you want to. Just let me know. If you got any questions and stuff. Appreciate you joining. Welcome back. And I am nobody. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Try using overgrowth underwater. Oh, wait. Underwater growth on your tree for leaves. So you can, but unfortunately, because it's terrain, it won't render. So I do have to use props, or like, not props, but real trees as far as leaves go and stuff. Got the game 23 weeks ago. I love the game. Thanks you. Oh, awesome. That's really great. That's 3 weeks ago. Okay, gotcha. I'm really glad you're having fun. That is awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's my favorite survival game I've ever played. It really is, and it's got so much great stuff, great building, great environment, just awesome mechanics and stuff. Yep. Looking up while you build is making your neck hurt. Right? All of the like, yeah. all this looking, this upside down roof thing here is going to be oh. Okay, there it goes. Told you it was gonna happen one of these days. Gonna happen one of these days. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to do the upside down part first, because it's gonna be the most bothersome. But it'll, you know, it'll come along, I think. I'm just debating how like pointy do I want it to be. You guys think it should be really long and pointy? Or like, do you think it should be more like a scooped look? Or like what do we think would look good for this? Cause I'm not quite sure. You know, if we're looking at it from far back, should it come down to about the floor I'm standing on, or like even lower, like really hang down there with the crystal at the bottom, you know? I feel like maybe long and pointy could be pretty cool. I just want it to like look right proportionally and stuff, but maybe that would look cool. Yeah, casually #1. Yes, Irksome. Massive Ark Survival Ascended fan until he saw YouTube videos and then joined Enshrouded and never looked back. Level 38 now in Enshrouded. Oh, awesome. Heck yeah. Yeah, Ark Survival Ascended was something I was thinking about getting a while ago, but yeah, Enshrouded and some of the other games I've done, I just like them a bit more, so they, you know, they did that there. But Audie D, thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate you joining as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining the streams and lurking and stuff too. Did you hollow out that tree, or was yeah, so this tree was already all built, but I did do all the, like, I did the whole hollowing out and the staircase. The natural ones are, let's see, can I use this grapple to like, there we go, that's cool. And try to get across. So this was all hollowed out by me. I did the whole like windy staircase in the middle of it and stuff with blocks, and it's not very pretty yet. It's very like blocked out, but yeah, this was all the interior is done. It was just a tree that was empty, no quest, no nothing over here, so I wanted to use it for building. But yeah, welcome in, by the way. Little angel, welcome in. Put a water-filled bottom with the water wall horizontal as the point. Ooh, that could be cool. Sure, still going to be a strong competition for Light No Fire when it finally comes out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But, yeah. Ooh, Atlas because of the shipbuilding? Yeah. Be cool. And Auntie D over on Twitch. Thanks for the Prime sub for 2 months. Oh my gosh. I appreciate you hopping in everywhere, I guess, lurking on both. Thank you so much. So do I with the building in this game. It's just next level. I've never played a game that you can make your, build so immersive and stuff. It really is. It really is awesome. You know, I mean, it takes a long time. You know, it takes patience. I take lots of breaks from this game, as many of you know, and many of you probably do as well. I will switch it up here and there on the channel. I do a lot of cozy survival building style games, but I'll switch up, you know, other games here and there because, yeah, with games like this, it's very concentrated, very brainy. Like, I mean, of course you can make it super relaxed and, you know, not super brainy or nothing like that, but it is definitely more of a intensive game when I'm trying to think of building because there's just so many options and stuff. Spend a whole ass stream replacing that staircase with the coffin lids or something smaller. Oh, play this game and nothing else. Yeah, 3D. It's if I wasn't doing just, you know, content creation or things, I'm like maybe I would just play certain games here and there, but it's nice to have some switch ups because I play them a lot for the sake of streaming or doing videos. So I just want to make sure I never get burnt out, kind of a thing. And yeah, doing all builds in survival, no resource worlds or any of that. That's exactly what I recommend to people. I don't recommend to use them until you're done with the whole game. Like, finished every quest, explored all the biomes, done everything in the game. Then I bring in resource worlds just if I want to build endlessly. But it's not like that bad or that grindy to harvest stuff in the world here. It's really not. Yeah, I'm sure irksome. Yeah, we haven't seen Katie in the chat. I really wonder why. Yep. I wonder. So I think I'm gonna go pretty long and pointy with this taper here. I think that would look good. I think that would be cool. Yeah, if you cheat at it at all, it takes out a lot of gameplay. Struggle with the wonder and find all the stuff yourself one time. Exactly. I do think that. Play a lot of different games, but have 2 games that you pick every few months. Oh, interesting. Yeah, totally. Wish I could jump from game to game. Yes, wait until you have gone through all of it. Yeah, minimum unlock the materials that you grab. Yeah, exactly. New still to the game, but what's the resource world? Just a world with chests full of tons of resources that you can go to and, you know, bring your resources over, kind of a thing. Want to join the community server when you do that, like, community build with Lord of the Rings? Yeah, totally. So yeah, more near 1.0 when we get a full picture of the game and stuff, because I feel like projects like that could be really time-consuming and really, like, invested, you know? So I wasn't gonna start the Lord of the Rings server or theme server or things like that until more 1.0. And because, yeah, I feel like those projects, like, that'll be when we really get a sense of, like, every material that's in the game and things like that to, like, really hop in. If that makes sense, you know, I mean, that's what most people seem to be down for, but yeah. Jump between Enshrouded, Vampire Survivors, and Grim Dawn. Nice, Scarcraft. Yeah. And heck yeah. Yeah, Mr. Mad Dog, that would be freaking awesome. I would love to get a group together and do stuff like that. I'll make the next with 18 on this, and we'll head to the next level on here. Okay, so still 6, but I'm only going in by 2 here. Apologies, I'm taking long with this. I just like want to try to concentrate and then get this like lower portion over with. You know what I mean? Roofs and this upside down roof is tricky, but I know it'll be worth it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come in and 1, 2, and then come over all the way. Is that the 2? Yeah. So let's see, 1, 2, and then this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then 1, 2, and then go out and around. And then 1, 2, and then here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 2. I think that's the, yeah, this is what, let's see, 1, 2, and then 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, am I like, did I already meet up with the other one? I think I did. Hold on. I think I messed up in here somewhere. Okay. We got 1, and then 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2. Oh yeah, there we go. Now that's even. You gotta concentrate on like once each row. Yeah, long as good making it easier, taking your time to make it right. Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get there. You have to download Builder's Companion at some point just to get your jail looking right. Yeah, it is nice just having some of the, you know, different things and stuff. I looked around for answers as to why. Really don't understand why the prison cell doors aren't craftable. Yeah, that is, I don't know. Hopefully they add them at some point. Forward to Valheim 1.0. Yeah, Deep North. Building this is really good. Yeah, I'll be jumping back into Valheim a ton with Deep North because they're adding some building pieces that I really have wanted for a long time in Valheim that we'll finally have. So that's going to be nice. Yep. Oh, you missed out on the building competition. Yeah, no worries at all. They run one, like, at least they have been, like, every year, so they might be doing another one eventually. And Zero, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Want raised garden beds? Like as props, or, because we've got the seed beds, and you can always build raised garden beds from all the pieces and stuff. But, like, little small ones as props or something. Hey, Matthew, welcome in. Missing out on more village building here now, as long as work doesn't get busy. Welcome back. And yeah, hope you're doing well. Aside from busy work, but I hope it's going okay. Oh, the pre-made ones, like the ones in farms. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see, let's go down to 16 now for the next one. Okay. So same thing, we still go in by 6, so let's see. One here, and then... how am I gonna do this? 2, oops. Oh, you know what's confusing the heck out of me? I can't believe I've gone this long without turning off voxel detail models. That's gonna make me less, like, busy, you know, dizzy and stuff. Look, that's like... That's a little easier to see now. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. I think that's right. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2. And 1, 3. Oops. Let's see here. There's something wrong here. I want that. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo, Mad Dog, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Holy cow, thank you. Appreciate that. That's so kind. Thank you so much. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna finish this row here. There, and then 1, 2, and then over here, and then over there, and then I think, yeah, then it goes out. Perfect. Perfect. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. That is super kind. Let's see how we look in a few more of the 45s. This is looking cool, though. I really do like the upside down, like, scaly texture there. It's kind of neat. Alright, so I'm going to put in 12 now for the next one. Or 14, I should say. Let's do 14. So, doing the 6 again. So, down and over. And then destroy this top one here. Yeah, it does. It's going to look like a giant bird cage at first. It is, because I've got like all the framing done for it. Yep. Okay, 4, 5, 6. I think that's right, maybe? What's going on? It doesn't seem quite center. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess that's center. Okay. And then all the way across here. Yep. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And continue this all the way across. There we go. Still haven't figured out all the gifted subs, gifted membership stuff. Yeah, so there's like it's not a fairly like old thing on YouTube. Like it is still fairly new. You know, obviously Twitch has sort of had the whole gifted subs and other things for a while because they've been a live platform for a lot longer than YouTube has. You know, I started streaming on YouTube right when live streaming was first introduced on YouTube. But since then they've added, you know, all kinds of things like the, you know, super chats, which you can also do in the comments section, and then the memberships. And in this case, they'll also, you know, they obviously have like a colored badge to your, you know, colored name and stuff. But they'll also, you know, you can link your YouTube with Discord and have perks and stuff in the Discord server as sort of the platform, depending on your membership levels and things like that. So, but then, yeah, and then on Twitch, the subs, the big thing with them is they give you ad-free viewing, which is nice. I wish YouTube, it would be cool if YouTube came out with like a little sub sort of a thing that had ad-free viewing. Obviously, YouTube Premium, which you can get. But I like how Twitch does that. I don't know if you're aware of this, but your roof is upside down. I don't know, Irksome. I wonder. I don't really know. Arthur Hayes, welcome in. Watching from a parking lot at work before you start. Oh, that's awesome. Appreciate you joining. The super chat is how do you do it in here? It's like there's like a little $sign icon. At least on desktop. I don't know how some of these things work as much on mobile, but you click that and then it's like you can it's like a payment, one-time payment sort of thing, whereas a membership is like, you know, a certain amount every month to have the membership. So super chats are like YouTube's version of like donations, and then the memberships are like, you know, a monthly membership sort of thing. So like I always say, like, if when streams get busy, when we've got thousands of viewers on, when updates happen or things, I try to prioritize, you know, members in the chat, because I can look for your colored names and it makes it really easy for me to read, or things along those lines. But yeah, certain things like that, and then the, you know, the perks for that. But yeah, no worries, Scarcraft, at all. I know technology, you know, technology, all right. Exactly is the function of a rubber duck, you know. Guess we're gonna have to search long and hard for that answer. Let's see. How do I go down even further with this? I may need to start building my platform a little lower, but I think I could try to do. Yeah, let's go down by 2 now. Let's start elongating it. So let's go 12 as the radius now, or the diameter. Let's see. There's 12, and we're going on by 2 and 2. Okay, here we go. So let's go in 1 and then down. Perfect. 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then we're coming in by 1 and then 1, 2, and then in by 1 and then 1, 2, and then this one, I think, yeah, and then 1, 2, and then over here. Thanks, Irksome. I appreciate you. This is a super chat. Hey. Thank you, Irksome. Yeah, so that's a super chat. It shows up with the little thing, you know, and you can do that in both live chat and the, you know, and comment section, and, you know, pretty much everywhere on YouTube, kind of a thing. Thanks, Irksome. Let's do this, and then that, and then 1, 2, and then 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing it. The game's still alive? Is that what it is? Like still popular? Yeah, I'd say it really is. Ani D. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. So yeah, there you go. There's the super chat. So you can do them in any currency and stuff. You know, YouTube handles conversions, things like that. I really appreciate the support, you guys. Thank you. And then yes, super stickers are like where you can have the, like Ani D did there, where you've got the little you know, emoji or little stickers and stuff in the corners. So they're similar-ish. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have plenty of good ideas, but no one to do them with. Are you in the Discord, Lil Angel? Because we've got a bunch of enshrouded people in the community Discord, I should say, and a bunch of them would probably be willing to play and stuff. I've got a little looking for group section in that server for anyone who is interested as well. To find some friends to play with. Okay, let's see here. I got this one, so there's just the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here, and then 1, 2, and then there, and then 1, 2. I think that completed the roof. There we go. Yeah. All right. So now we can move our platform level down a bit. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Turn off snapping. And I think that'll allow me to, well, let's see here. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, that's good. That's good for now. Okay. And then we'll, oops. snapping turned on. Let's just continue this around here. Hey, Grimy, welcome in. Members can send some sort of highlighted chat too. Oh, you can do that on YouTube now? Interesting. Because I know you could do that on like Twitch with redeems or certain things, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, they keep adding things that even like I don't know about just yet. They've been doing a lot of development to the live stuff. Every now and then I hop on meetings with people from YouTube and suggest things and talk about different things for what creators want in the live streams or just all kinds of features on YouTube in general. So it's cool to see some of them being implemented here and there. And Alpha, appreciate you. Best community ever. Love having y'all here. Forgot to hit the like button when you came in. Yes, I appreciate you. Hitting the like button, subscribing. It's all free and it definitely helps support the channel. Helps YouTube show it to some more friends. All right. Let's see, let's get this one down by another row, so a little reset in here. Okay. I think this block was the right choice. It's hard to decide, but I like the green of it. I think it's gonna blend well, and I think it's gonna look really good when we destroy some pieces and replace it with luminous blocks and stuff like that. Alright, we want it to go, wait. Did I just start building it? Oh my gosh. I always get so confused with the roof blocks because it's so hard to see this texture upside down. I said nothing could get harder than the blacksmith roof, but doing it upside down, I mean, I'd still say this isn't harder because of the fact that it's just roof blocks. I'm not doing an upside down mossy roof. That would just be a pain, but but yes. What app am I using to assist me with the dimensions? It is called donatstudios.com. DONAT studios.com. It has a circle thing that you just put in the diameter, and then it gives you a little voxel circle. I don't know if the camera will focus in there. Probably not, but gives you little voxel circles. So that's what I use. Yeah. Yeah, just said that one. Challenge accepted. Exactly, Erickson. Yeah, it would be a real pain. Upside down mossy roof, like that would be insane. Hey Joe, welcome in. It's going well. I'm doing well. I'm doing lots of streams lately versus video content because I've been cooking up some stuff in the background and doing some partnerships and stuff on the channel. Bunch of NDA stuff that I can't share right now, but yeah, a few new games, new things, cooking up here and there. Busy with some conversion stuff and real life stuff here and there as well, but otherwise doing really well, definitely. Don't know how people get bored of this game. It's like Minecraft for adults. Yeah, it really kind of is. Yes. The underbelly of your airship was insanely tricky. Yeah, you gotta share like a picture or the thing in the Discord alpha if you figure it out. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Does your vampire blood make it easier for roof building? 3D. What kind of stuff can't you share right now? Be specific. Yeah, Zero, right? Oh, the biggest one is Soul Mask right now. I'm doing some partner stuff with Soul Mask. Obviously not allowed to share anything beyond just the trailer, but yeah, go check out the trailer for Soul Mask 1.0 and their new DLC that's dropping in spring of this year. Not allowed to say any other thing beyond that, but yeah, go check those out. It's pretty cool. But I'll be sharing stuff later, obviously. Langley Love, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Want a Star Wars survival crafting game before you die, right? I was excited for like some Star Wars games that were supposedly going to be good, but like, everything has just flopped with Ubisoft lately when they've done things that hang upside down in this new house. I'm connecting the dots. Yeah, exactly, right? But yeah, Ani D, the Soul Mask is awesome. But their 1.0 stuff is really awesome. I will say that. Pretty cool. Filming this entire build started from scratch. 9 terabyte drive is still fill it. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Scarcraft. Guardians of the Wild Sky yet? I really want to. The demo's out for that right now, so I was thinking we give it a try on stream maybe this weekend, if you guys are interested, because it does look cool. It definitely does look cool. Hey Mia, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Their jiggle engine is nice. Yeah, Tony. Remember the Old Republic came out? Yeah. The Old Republic was actually kind of cool. I did play that a little bit, you know. And Morning Darkness, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I know I saw you in the chat. I just don't think I said hi. The demo is finally out for that one. Yeah, surprising. Yeah, it is. It is. I don't know how long it's gonna be for, but yeah. Yeah, pre-alpha sort of a thing, exactly. And yeah, grimy for sure. If you guys want to post links and stuff, as long as stuff is appropriate in the Discord, feel free in the media tabs and stuff. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna go down by another 2 more. As long as I'm still feeling concentration for this, we're gonna keep going on it because I know it's gonna have to get done someday. Let's go down to 10. Done. Okay, so 2, 2. Okay, we got this. We got this. Let's go in and then down. Destroy that. Boom, 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 and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Oops, what happened there? We didn't. Oh, I see. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. 2, and then here 1, 2, 3, 4. See, now it's getting easier. The smaller it gets so much easier. 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 2, and there we go. That's already done. Now we just bring it down by another block. Yeah, how do you guys like the look of Guardians of the Wild Sky? For anyone who has seen the trailer, I think it does look pretty cool. Gonna look as amazing as always. Thanks, Alva. Played their last playtest. Has so much promise. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, maybe we'll check it out. I do sometimes like to check out demos or you know, things like that. And it sounds pretty cool. And looks cool too. Looks pretty. Alright, and then we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That finishes that off there. Do you like the looks of it? Don't know the demo's out, downloading now. Awesome. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a Sunday stream or something if any are around, or maybe Monday. We'll see. That could be fun. More polished than most early access games that come out lately. That's good to hear. Feels like Power World and Aloft. Yeah, I got the sense of that a little bit, but the graphics look pretty cool and it looked decent. Likely gonna play alpha. Okay. Just played the demo for Among Trolls yesterday. I've heard of that one, yes. How was that? I don't, how has it come along? Like, I heard of that one a while ago. I didn't know there was a demo out on that one yet. That's pretty cool. I might have to look at it. I don't remember. Yeah, I know that back when I heard of it a long time ago, I was like, oh, this seems really cool, but I wasn't sure I was going to do it on a channel, but I don't know how far it's come. And that's nice. All right, let's see, 2, 3, 8, 4. And then 2, 4, and then... Oops. There we go. That's that one. And then we come down by another block. It's kind of rewarding getting this done, and then you take a far look back at it. And, oops, yeah. And see how it all looks when it comes together and stuff. I think that's right. And then, yeah, one more there. Okay. Yeah, Wild Sky, watch the guy capture the elite boss. Minions work for you. That's actually pretty cool, though. Not quite as you expected. Love the vibe, style, and music, but played off. Played it off as more guided and linear than expected. Was restricted to stuff for the demo. Love certain aspects of it. Yeah, hoping for folklore. The forest. Yeah, yeah. I feel like some like really cool like fantasy, like foresty game could be really cool. Like trolls and gnomes, but like really cool graphics and like really cozy, but like really in-depth story and like fairy tale type feel to it. I feel like that could be really neat. Yeah. All right, check it out. We're getting somewhere. That's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, I like the scales look along the sides. That's kind of what I wanted to go for this one. So now we want to do a few that are like, you know, maybe one more that's at the 2, and then we do like a couple that are at the 3. Let's see here. Yeah, one more that's at the 2. Okay, yeah, that seems good. So let me shrink it by another 2. So let's go down to 6. All right. And then I need to lower my platform again because we're going fast now. All depends on their focus for gameplay mechanics. Ends up being more of like the forest and gameplay. They definitely will love it because the characters and lore is what you get. Definitely got your eye on the development. That's cool. Yeah, wait and see people start building airships and Guardians. It's so funny how all these airship games coming out. I can't get over like the trend right now of airship games is hilarious. Some of them are really good, some of them not so much. And so we'll just have to try a bunch of them and see what we like best to end up doing something on the channel. I think that'll work there. Okay. So let's do in here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 3, 4. Did I do... Okay, yeah, that one's right. And then I do one in there. Perfect. Wonder how it'd look with luminous block with the crystal. Yeah, I want to do like some streaks of luminous blocks down the sides of this. I think that would look really cool. Yeah, Echoes just came out for early access. My goodness, that was a dumpster fire. Yeah, the Echoes of Elysium. You know, I'm not like, you know, now that I'm not under a contract or anything with them anymore. I mean, not that they told me to say anything. It ran really well on my computer, but then it dropped, and like because when games are when I get pre-access to things, I obviously have a really good computer that can run pretty much anything. So a lot of bugs don't uncover themselves for me. A lot of stuff like that. And that's the only negative is some things I try on the channel or some things that I do sponsored videos about may end up being a big flop. You know, I accept some of the sponsors that I think have potential. They look interesting. And but you never know. You never know what you run into. But yeah, part of that is a Windows update issue. Yeah, it all depends. It really does. It really does. But yeah, there's certain games where it's like I'm really excited for because they've already been out, or I'm covering an update that they've done, or stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. Morning Darkness. A lot of companies have been releasing games that are just unplayable recently, which is too bad. Because you do need a decent first impression at least. Like, I get the whole early access thing is so big right now, and people releasing things super early, but you need a decent first impression to be able to sell a game, you know? And when they're just flat out unplayable, it's like, it's too bad. But I've got another, got another really cool airship game in the works for y'all. Like I said, check out Soul Mask 1.0 and their new DLC. It's gonna be pretty cool. Did I ever try Voyagers of Nera? Yeah, Voyagers of Nera is pretty cool. I like that one. Very simple graphics, really simple storyline. It wasn't something I was gonna do as much of on the channel, but yeah, I thought it was cool. Witch Spire looks like a promising game. I haven't seen that one. I wanted to try it. Yeah. All right, let's see now what we doing with. Okay, let's do 4. I think this one's just gonna be. Oh no, it's not a perfect square. That was okay. That's good. So let's go down by 3 on this next one. So let's do that there, and then let's see here, 2, 3, 4, and then. Oh, frick! That scared me. Oh, I need my platform back. Hang on. Yeah, Voyagers of Nera on sale as well. Yeah, some. Oh, I have Light No Fire now, too. Or not Light No Fire, freak. I would have gotten way too excited. I'm sorry, I probably got a lot. Yeah, I don't have Light No Fire. I have No Man's Sky now too. I just to see how it looks, you know, because I'm really curious about Light No Fire and stuff. Might play with a friend or something. Victim number 2, yeah. Oh, we indeed. Perhaps Keen's biggest misstep was the last year's texture update without updating the minimum requirements. Number of streamers you follow, low-end computers couldn't play anymore. Yeah. It is tough when things like that happen. Again, it's all the hardware and stuff. Like, I have a computer that's a lot below the minimum requirements for Enshrouded, and it runs really great. I have a 3050, and it is, yeah, it's only got 4 gigabytes of VRAM and then 16 gigabytes of RAM. A much older i7 processor, runs Enshrouded really well, and it's below the minimum requirements that they had of the 6 gig of RAM. But it really depends on the hardware. You know, I know some people with graphics cards more powerful, they have all kinds of issues, but they might be a different brand or, you know, something like that. You never know. But this right here that you're seeing on stream is from my better PC. I do have to turn the settings. So on that 3050 PC, right now everything's on max quality. No. On the 3050, I'll put it on balanced or quality, like one of those two depending, and it seems to run pretty good. But yeah, it obviously makes the graphics look a little less, you know. Rudinators, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. And Stephanie, welcome. Late to the party, not too bad. Not too bad. Hey, Christy, welcome in. Christy, did you end up trying that medieval game? I don't know if you did it on a stream or tried it yet. I was curious about that. Let's see, can I put it in there? Oops. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, let's see. Let's get this one out by another 2 blocks there. And then... to fill this in and then one more down. Oops. Okay. Oops. Oh, what's gone? Okay. God, I get so confused with these roof blocks here. What am I doing sometimes? Building a freaking upside down pointy roof is difficult. Haven't gotten it. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Been swamped with new project. No worries at all. Yeah, I was just curious, you know, when you get around that it looked kind of interesting. I also got another one that I wanted to try maybe with you if you have it, Christy. I'll message you afterward. It's this Chinese, this like medieval Chinese style game like Bellwright, and it's like actually looks really freaking good. Because yeah, some developer, like Chinese developers, have been on par lately, but yeah, I'll have to share it with you or figure it out, like, because there's a few that are coming out that I'm curious about. Small pool at the bottom of the basement, water flow at the bottom. Yeah, that could be cool. I'm not over the pond alpha, but ooh, actually the lower pond, yeah, I am kind of over the lower section. Yeah, Where Winds Meet was pretty good, but no, that's not the one I'm talking about, you know, right now. But yeah, but again, another one that was like from Chinese developer that was like, yeah, it actually was pretty good. We're working on an alchemist hut that is hanging from a tree. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Joe, that's the plan right now. Let's see, let's destroy that, and then I wanted to come out by another like 4 on here. And okay, so there it is. We have now our upside down point. That looks good. That looks really good. Okay, I'm happy about that. And then yeah, we'll use the props and the luminous growth and stuff in there later to make it all, you know, crazy cool. For now though, let's see. I'm going to delete some of these platforms and boxes and stuff. Let's see. Let's get at least these ones, and then we'll take a look at it, especially from the treehouse. See what's gonna happen. Currently carving out your little mountainside abode. Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, welcome in. That sounds great. Let's see. Let's get it back up to the treehouse there. I mean, Lord of Mysteries. You want to know the name of the game? Let's see. Let me go see it. I have it in my library. Okay, Village Builder. So it is called Mandate Order. Have any of you heard of it? It looked cool. But yeah, Mandate Order is the name. I don't know if anyone's heard of that game. But it seemed pretty well done, and I have it. Oh, they even have a demo out now, if any of you want to try it. But yeah, I have the full game, and so I was wondering about checking it out at some point, just for fun, just to see like how it compares to some other village builders, because it seemed pretty cool. But yeah, we'll have to see. To see what it looks like. I do enjoy village builders here and there, just as a fun game. I don't know if I do a whole bunch of them on the channel, but yeah, Christy, Mandate Order is the name of it. Yeah. I can put the, yeah, M-A-N-D-A-T-E, Mandate Order. Christy's got the spelling in the chat. What theme? So it's like, let's see, the description: strategy game set in Warring States period, starting from the barren lands, build strongholds, integrating production, defenses, and military functions, manage resources, and all the people's will, expand your territory, counter threats, and ultimately rise to prominence amidst the chaos, is the description. But I don't know, it looked kind of cool. Yeah, like a Chinese Final Frontiers. Yeah. It's kind of neat. And it looks like a lot of management and fun stuff. It's got the seasons, the graphics looked cool. So I was curious about it when it came to what it is. You're installing the demo, Ani D. Let me know how you like it. I might install it, at least check it out sometime. I don't know if I'll do it on stream or something, but you never know, because I don't know, something did look that was like their whole trailer, but I thought it looked interesting. But we'll see. Never know. City planner plays testing mandate order out. Oh, cool. Looks similar to Bellwright? Yeah, a little bit. But just like full like Chinese adventure, which I thought was really cool because I like those games when they're well done, and I thought it could be interesting. Ooh, stumbled upon a Blade Song recently, a sword crafting game that has a really engaging story. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I want to do a few more like adventure games here and there on the channel. Like I said, I'll definitely be looking at like The Witcher 4 and stuff when they come out, and stuff like that. It's just fun to like see what like really good combat and really good story looks like, because a lot of survival games just don't have them. And as graphics get better, and as like, it's really cool to take a look at some other things. All right, so I'm gonna turn my voxel details back on now. Let's do that. All right, so we've got everything back on. How does this look now with the textures? Yeah, that's what I was going for. It switches up the treehouse look because it goes lower like that. I think a crystal, like a glowing crystal at the bottom, would be super cool. And we did it. We freaking did it. I'm probably more excited than you guys are. Like, it's like I just watched this guy for like an hour just building this upside down point. I feel good that it's done. Test my patience with these things. But hey, it looks cool. I think that'll be really awesome actually when it's done. And when everything's like lit up and stuff properly, once like I actually have, you know, like, yeah, like I said, I want to do like luminous streaks and like designs and like all kinds of stuff. A very large birdhouse, yeah. Very large birdhouse. Hey, it looks a little less like a birdhouse now at the point, but yeah. Once it's all lit up and other things, I think it'll be cool. But yeah, upside down points can be a challenge. It can. It's a little tricky. But I think I got it. And I like the block choice, so. Oh, it says single player, Christy. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of a red flag for me. I mean, it could be really great, but red flag in terms of I like playing games that have multiplayer capacity. I don't know what it is, but when it's like a survival game, I know The Witcher and stuff will be single player, but when it's like a survival game, crafting game, I just always love the ability to play with friends or show builds to friends or like have servers, you know, like, so yeah, that's very true. I always like multiplayer when it comes to those. Been running Enshrouded in the background. You're growing trees for a test. Your GPU is only 52 degrees. Air cooled and built the thing like 7 years ago. Oh, that's awesome. See, I'm glad it's running well for you. Yeah, definitely Hellcat. Mossy roof. It grows some vines down the sides, and yeah, I'll figure out some really cool fantasy design for that house. I think that'd be really cool. Watched someone make a prison yesterday and put a bunch of regulars, villagers in it. Oh, that's funny. Taking you literally 3 days to build it. Would have been lopsided. Well, Eddie, I appreciate the fact that you know, you're making me feel like I went somewhat faster, but yeah. as long as it's not too boring to you guys, you know. And Ani, do you enjoy watching, listening to you? Heck yeah. It's fun, and just chatting about other stuff too and things is it's really cool. Really cool having you all here, honestly. It's been great growing the channel and stuff. 30k subs. We got chilling with over 100 viewers on YouTube, and that's like the usual now for streams. It's such a great group of people. This is awesome. Break your arm patting yourself on the back for your build. Heck yeah, John. Yeah, you all gotta feel proud of the builds that you do and stuff, you know? I'm happy I got this underpoint done, and I think that's perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. And now we got to do the same thing to the top. I was debating like, yeah, mossy roof or not. Like I don't know what to do for the top yet. I think a mossy roof. Yeah, we'll do a mossy roof. I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas. I may just have to think some of them over a little bit. Yeah, some sort of water here could be neat, actually. I don't know. Some sort of fountain, but like with drains so it doesn't flow all the way down, but we'll see. Make sure it isn't over sheep. Make it round. Yeah, a round mossy roof. We'll do what we did on the blacksmith hut. Down here. We'll do a roof like this, but I want to mix in some interest into it, maybe like some luminous blocks or some luminous growth, even like some little streaks down all four corners or something. You know what I'm saying? Like something unique, but yeah, we'll do something similar here with the mossy roof. It's round and pointed for the top, just to match the forest village, since that's the whole vibe and stuff in here. At least the houses can be somewhat cohesive and matching. Yes to mossy roof, keep them going. Basement for water and mushrooms, yeah, that could be cool. Because we do have a lot of room down there. Like if I go back up there and I delete the floor, we do have some room there. Making you want to go build? Hey, Chrissy, I guess my job is done, right? There's a blue roof block? There isn't, but I'm gonna try to, because I do my roofs with terrain, we're gonna try some stuff out with the luminous terrain block. Actually, you know what, the new luminous block from the water biome? That might look perfect. Poor Catesie's missing another roof build. I don't know if we'll get started on the roof today. I mean, maybe, you know, maybe we do. Yeah, this is an interesting concept, a hanging tree house crystal. Like designed like a crystal kind of a thing. That block would make for a cool roof. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, so this is what, let me go get it. Let me go show you guys what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking about for it. Mossy roofs would likely, yeah, you do in your head and kill your ADHD. Blue roof down down in this biome would be beautiful. It really would, yeah. I do want some more colors with them, you know, that'd be really nice. It's a lot of muted stuff. Is all the water still done with just one source? Yes, it is all still just one source. I'll show you some of the roof block options. There's way more, obviously. I just have a few. Yeah, this isn't a good test. There's a ton. You know, you've got the clay roof tiles, which are the red. You've got black. You've got green, gray, all kinds of shades of tan and, you know, things like that. But you don't really have anything in the way of like a blue or a blood red or something like, because I like that for the forests as like, you know, blocks that complement the colors. I would love more like red clay roof tile blocks to complement because like orange and red, you know, it's the opposite of green, and so it really pops and makes the houses look nice. But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, like eventually I would love more roof options in Enshrouded. Even steep roofs, so I don't have to do the mossy roofs all the time and stuff like that, but it is what it is. It's okay. I think that's the only thing about the game is like if Hytale did steep roofs, I feel like Enshrouded could. But I have to do red roofs. Yeah, red would go out the green. Yeah, blue would be way better. So blue would be really nice in the desert, and we do have a blue-ish block. Which one is it? This one, the desert shingles block, does look really nice in the desert. Because like the blue is complementary to the tan yellow of the sand. So like blue in the desert, you know, really nice roof blocks. I know I want to use like every roof block for every build and every, you know, it's so hard to pick and choose sometimes. But at the same time, like, you know, being biome specific, having a color scheme and palette and stuff can really help sometimes. Where were all my luminous blocks? Where did I put all those? They're in there somewhere. In the very end chest? Yeah. This is the stuff. The underwater luminous growth. This is the stuff. Yeah, small stream coming out at the bottom of a 1 block drop. That could be cool. Blue would be really pretty in the desert. Yeah. Yeah, like aquamarine style for sure. And they do kind of have that roof block, but yeah, so this is the one I was thinking, let me go to the hammer and show you, because this one goes really well with the mossy roof texture, because it's got that texture and it's even green, but it would glow. And who wouldn't want the roof to glow a little bit for an alchemist hut? So this is the, well, it might be hard to do here, but this is the block. This is what I was thinking of mixing in with the mossy roof in a purposeful way for the alchemist hut. Is this type of terrain, or it glows like really pretty at night, but it's this turquoise green color, and that could be really cool to put like streaks of going down the sides of the moss roof for the alchemist hut in particular. I just think, I don't know, and I think it would mesh well with the moss in a way that we could make it work probably. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, basically, if you think of this roof as being the one for the alchemist, I'll do like one on all four sides, like a little streak of the glowing on all four sides of the roof. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'll make it back up there, and maybe we could start the roof. What did I do for the? Gotta go back down here for the. Oh shoot! Nope. Come on. There's my glider. I want to see what I did for this one. If I came out right at the top, or if I went up by one. What did I do in here? Is these just 8 blocks tall? Okay. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I did come out on the very top of it. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, the hanging house is going to be the alchemist hut. Yep. I was thinking, yeah, designing a full, like, fantasy crystal style house that's... Ooh, you can even see it from over here. See, I want the moss. I want the terrain to have the render distance that blocks do. Because terrain just freaking disappears, but I love how you can see the point on the bottom. That's gonna look sweet, actually. It's just like the thing the forest village needed, like a little more texture in the tree. And I think a big crystal hanging, like a crystal style build hanging down from it for the alchemist is maybe what it needs. I think that could be cool. So let's maybe get started on the house. We'll see. Never cease to amaze you. I'm glad, Alpha. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the builds and everything. All right, so let's get started with a roof up in here. If I can get up now. I know we need more render distance. Yeah, because like, see, you can't like the blacksmith roof. I know you can't see it from here. I wish I had like a little zoom key. It's just gone. There's no terrain on it. All you can see is the roof blocks a little bit, but we need, yeah, terrain in particular. Like, within a flame altar, like, I don't know, we just need better render distance. I would love that. Balthazar's gonna have squirrel problems. That's funny. I guess I'll have to cook up some sort of special, like, squirrel potion or something, you know. We'll put some capybaras in the tree. With Alpha on this, you're a master builder of the game. Oh, I'm so glad, Hellcat. I'm glad y'all are liking the inspiration ideas. Some of my stuff is definitely simpler than some of the stuff we see in the build showcases, man. Some of those have just been like, wow. I've been shocked. But I still try, and I still love the building and stuff, and it's like, but yeah, like my cluttering and interiors and some of like the fine detail, I think just maybe it's just because I'm like a content creator, and it's like I gotta prioritize time on certain things, you know. It's like I don't always have the time to go like spending 300 hours on like an interior of a build, you know. Like you could get crazy with this game for sure. And so like I know it's possible. I just sometimes it's like, yeah, you gotta call a build done someday, right? Call it done someday. Flame altar rendering, so anything within the flame altar is loaded into C. Yeah, right? Like a pre-rendering thing. I know they can do it. And it's particularly bad inside the altar. Like if I look at that Blackmire tree, you can see the branches still show. But if I stand on that tree over there and look at this tree, it's gone. It's disappeared. You can't even see it. So, like, they need to make render distance, at least within the flame altars, better, for sure. I know they don't have Unreal Engine, they don't have the technology to do nanite or be able to have level of details the way that other games do. But I'd love to have a slider or something just to make it, like, a little better, or pre-rendering somehow, I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, I do the clutter parties to get help from the community, exactly, Hellcat. Definitely not an excuse for the fact that, like, you know, my interior needs some work, but... But yeah, a build, yeah, floating build camera alpha for sure. Yep. Sounds like a coding error. Have you mentioned that graphics glitched? Yeah, they know about it. They know about it. We talked about it a little in the dev interview. But yeah, it's a limitation of their engine, you know. They don't have nanite for viewing things from farther, so they have LODs. And so you step back from something and it instantly goes from 3D to 2D, and so there's this big flash, and then it goes from 2D to disappearing completely. You know, it's really old game technology. Really beautiful game, but really old technology for rendering. Maybe that's how they could do it, to make it look this good and function the way it does with the building. I don't know. I don't know entirely, but... yeah, healing kind, you need a clutter party, right? Yeah. You can dream and wish, at least. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Hellcat, exactly. Every game used to be that way. That's how all the old games were done, was with that rendering technology. It's just since then there's so much better stuff, and I don't know if Enshrouded could adapt their engine to be that, but it would also mean they'd have to like reconvert all their textures and stuff, you know. And so I think that could also pose a bit of a pain, you know. Alright, so let's get this. I want like an overlap of the thing, so let's start on the top. Alright. We're just getting started. The best thing I can do right now is just get started. I feel like I probably have ADHD on some level. It's like everything in life that helps me is just like stop thinking about it, just start something, and then I eventually bring it somewhere. It's like every video I watch or things of like production and productivity tips for ADHD pills, like that helps me so much. Just keep swimming, exactly. Trying to port this into UE5 would be really hard. Oh yeah, absolutely. They wouldn't be able to like do a voxel thing. Like, I mean, they could do this in UE, but because it's not their engine, it's really hard. You know, I think for Unreal Engine 5, the games that are really well done in Unreal Engine 5 are either the games by Epic themselves or the games that partner with Epic because they know the engine fully, you know. I've seen a lot of really crap games that use Unreal Engine 5 just because they don't know how to use the engine and stuff. The advantage here is that this is their own engine, so they can really do whatever they want. I would just love, yeah, the level of detail thing is like the only thing stopping me from building like a mega base. Like, I would love to connect like 5 of these trees together and do like a whole like Ewok style village, but it's like I can't see my base. I can't get a screenshot for a thumbnail. It's kind of hard to do it, if you know what I mean, you know? And then you get the Unreal Engine 5 games, and like I could see a base on the tippy top of that mountain all the way from here, and it's going to be the same detail, you know? I think that's what I'm like, oh, it's just a little more than Shrouded, you know? But yes. No worries, John. Thanks so much for stopping by. But yeah, this game has so many build capabilities and stuff. Chrissy says, do it. I will at some point, Chrissy. I do have a plan to, like, it will be within a level 4 altar still, but I want to use a lot of the inspiration, a lot of the stuff I've done with this forest village and bring it into a full endgame base at some point. Build my own tree from scratch, build a village in the tree, like a fishing village, an elven village surrounding it. But yeah, they could, build new games out of this engine once they're done with Enshrouded. They might be able to sell their engine after Enshrouded, honestly. I mean, yeah, because they've done Portal Knights now and Enshrouded with it. I am wondering if they're, like, ever gonna, you know, release it, so to speak. I'm definitely wondering that. So I think I did a 2-block over. What did I do for this, for the blacksmith hut? I might only want a 1-block overlap for this hut in particular, but what did I do for here? Just a 1-block. Okay, yeah, that's good for this one. I'm like traveling back and forth a little bit, but Maybe one day AI will be able to convert any code to an engine perfect replication in all engines, yeah. And it is something they could do. Like, for example, I've dabbled with Unreal Engine 5 and the nanite technology, which is basically a bunch of little polygons that mimic the way your vision sees in real life. And it's not that hard to convert a previously 2D level of detail texture to nanite. It's not that hard. So if they made it so their engine could handle technology like that, it would take a lot of time. They'd have to go through every block and every voxel texture and things and convert it into something like nanite, or whatever they'd call it if they updated their engine to do that. But it's possible. It is possible, right? You know, it just depends on, like, you know, the game works, obviously. I don't think they're ever going to go through the time to do something like that. But it could be really cool. Strength of this game is, yeah, the terraforming is what sold you on it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I loved Valheim, but then you come in here and it's like the first thing I ever did in this game was to build the Hobbit hole, because freaking can't do that in any other game, and it's just amazing. So much fun what we can do. Yeah. Oh, Yadarumi was learning it shortly after it came out for nanite. Yeah, and Unreal Engine 5 stuff. It is. It's got a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff to it. Don't want a game engine to replicate how your eyes see things. In what way, or something? What do you mean by that? Let's see. Let me go. Okay, 24. We want 26 for this, I think. Let's see. 26. There we go. I gotta lower the scale. I'm gonna do some more, like, another voxel calculation thing. Alright, so we want it to be 8 on both sides. Alright. Let's try this. 6, and then 7 and 8. Okay, I'm gonna have to, like... Oh man, I'm gonna have to go, like, all around this, and we're just gonna build more scaffolding than we need. Oh, nice, Scarcraft. Yeah, Unreal Engine is used to make backgrounds in live action movies. Yep, the technology is pretty crazy. No glider. Yeah, do a full-on redeem right now. Watching Chip has given lots of inspiration, taught me a lot. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Appreciate you, Healing Kind. Yeah, I try to. It's always awesome to spread the word of this game and stuff to the community, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun to do. Oh, I probably still will fall off at some point. Absolutely. Need to step back at times to see it better? Yes, yes. I do. Right now, it's gonna look like crap because we got this big... Yeah. It's gonna be hard to see, but I need to do the first circles before we can, like, figure this out more, so, we're doing, like, a little overhang on the roof, and I need to make it a circle, so... This mossy roof is going to be larger, but you guys already saw me do the mossy roof for the blacksmith hut, so you know how it works, basically. I guess I don't need to jump that gap. I keep forgetting. One block is fine. So maybe here and there, if I feel like putting some music on and doing a little work on this roof off stream, I will. Since you guys saw the whole step-by-step process in the one stream where we did that whole mossy roof, I think, in one stream for the blacksmith hut. That actually wasn't that bad. And now that we've done it, we can do it again. This is a little smaller for sure than the blacksmith hut, but... Alright, so let's see. What are we having in now? We get by 2 and 2. Alright. And then all the way across. So 1, 2. And then 1, 2. Same thing over here. 1, 2. 1, 2. and then all the way around. So there's our like outer circle rim. We're creating the outer rim of the roof here. Plant some mushrooms on the roof. That could be cool. Yes. Fertilize soil instead of the moss and plant a whole bunch of mushrooms, a whole roof of mushrooms. Every 5 blocks you fall off, just like the rest of us. Yeah, I do. I fall plenty of times. A build camera or some sort of creative mode in this game could be nice. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Okay. Okay, there. Yeah, we're gonna get this to work nicely though. 1, 2. Cool. And I think, yeah, one more side over here. One of these trees in the Veil Water has bamboo growing on it. Oh, really? No way. You gotta send me a picture of that. I gotta go. I gotta check out more. Like I said, I think we should do a stream at some point, checking out a bunch of like really cool locations in the water biome or places for like a really cool endgame base. Because I really want to, and I think there's some really cool spots. I said it on one of the build showcase streams. Somebody chose a really cool location in the water biome that was like edge of Blackmire water biome area. It's really cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, Scarcraft with the azure mushroom growth in screenshots now. Awesome. I'll check it out. Yep, good old Minecraft circle calculator. Yep, that work. It works well for these round roofs. It's like I just ensure that it's going to be smooth and I'm not going to mess it up. I know I can do circles without it, but when I'm stacking them like this, it's so nice just to be able to input the radius and then like, all right, you know, there's what I'll do. And so we had the first one at 26, so now I'm going to go down to 22 instead of 24 because we want to go in by 2 and up by 1 for this next one. So next radius is going to be 22. Now we're at 6 on both sides. Okay, so see, like this one, it's out, you know, in by 2. So now we want to go up by, oops, 1 right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think like 5, and then 6. Oops, 6. And I'm going to turn off the voxel details again before I forget, before it's going to start distracting me too much. We'll do that. Yeah, best place to build for sure. Use that for years. Yep, it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to use the voxel calculators in this game. I don't do a lot of round roofs. I just never, you know, never really needed to there. But all right, what do we got on it next? We got coming out by 3 and 3 on each side. Okay. So we want to go in and then 1, 2, 3. And then same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. And then a whole like bunch of going across here. And then 2, 3. And then this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Yeah, we'll get this. We'll get this going. It is going to be a super tiny loft if it is one, but maybe we'll fit something up here. I don't know. Or we'll put the roof a little, like this floor a little lower and stuff. That's fine too. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just a lot of like block by block and filling it in. But it's not too bad, and especially, you know, especially when you put some music on and stuff, get used to it a little bit. You get it to work, and eventually it comes together. Voxel detailed, Chiselchip's not so secret trick. Yes, it's not secret anymore. Now you guys know how I do my roofs. Voxel and small foliage. Turn them off. Works so much better. Alright. There's the second row. I'm debating if I want to go in by like one more time with that, or well, we have to get up steep here soon, so what do I do now? Do I go in by 45? Correction, put a chisel stream on. There you go. And what I mean by like, do I go up by 45? You guys hear me talking to myself all the time. When I mean like go up by 45 is like, you know, now do we go up by 45 degrees for the roof and then steep, or do I go in by another one of these and then 45? You know, all kinds of stuff that I kind of consider when doing these. And yeah, I think the bottom section went up, so let's do... Yeah, it's hard to decide here. A smaller flat lip, you use 45 here for a couple rows before going up to C. Yeah, I think I was debating going in by 2 again, but I think I am just going to go in by 1. I think the next row is going to be 45 degrees up. We'll start that already. And if it goes a little bit taller than the chain, that's okay. You know, I don't have to line up perfectly with the bottom of the chain, but we'll try. We'll see what happens, honestly. This will be interesting. Okay, so let's go down to 20 now with the use there. So 3 and then 2 and 2. Okay, I got it. Okay. So let's go there and then 3 and then I think that's uh-oh, that doesn't, okay. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5, 6, okay. And then in and then 1, 2. In and 1, 2. 1, 2, in, 1, 2, and then here, and then 2, and then here, and then 1, 2, here, and there we go. Rupee Jade, welcome in. Oh my gosh, thanks for the gifted subs. Hope you're doing well and having a good day. A little later in the stream now, a little different stream time, but we'll still be on for a little bit. I'm struggling with this round roof again. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I decided to torture myself again and do another round pointy roof, but hopefully it'll be worth it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then 1, 2. I really appreciate you. Thought you missed it. Still on for a little, 3 hours and something or whatever into it, so. I'm probably not gonna. Well, maybe we'll get the wood part of this done. I don't know though yet. We'll see. I did the whole lower point here. I'll show you what's going on so far. We're doing like a hanging treehouse for the alchemist. It's hanging by a chain. Don't mind all this scaffolding for me to walk around and hopefully not fall. But I got the bottom section done. That big point that hangs down. So I'm sort of designing it like a crystal or something. It'll make the lighting really cool when it's done. But yeah, it's a challenging build because everything's just floating in the air. Going to be so narrow though. Yeah, well this part here, what I'm thinking is this. Actually, we are going to have enough room for like a little balcony here. Because think about it, like we just need a tiny little staircase in the center. It's not going to be, yeah. This'll work. I think we'll get it to work. I'm going to get the blocks. Sometimes I like just using the blocks without the hammer. I am really weird that way, but sometimes, you know, it just works. Alright, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chip has found his love of tiny bases again. No worries, Christy. Yeah. Cluttering any room can suffice. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be. I've got ideas for the inside of this house. I really do like tiny bases, Hellcat. It's nice, especially when you have a scale like this. Yes, a little like an acorn actually. like this block creates the acorn cap texture that like could totally work to build like an acorn house. That could actually be really cool. Little acorn houses hanging from the tree, like do a big oak tree build. Yeah, the troll base you designed, built it at the same time you're playing Valheim. Yeah, I don't know, it's something about like finding small ones that can function, because I do like cozy bases. At the same time though, it's like I will have like a really large end game base in each game, just because it's like, oh, you need all the resources or crafting stations or, you know, storage, but then I'll build my little cozy builds within it or around it. It's always fun. All right, it's 2, so in, and then 1, 2, and then here, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. In, and then 1, 2, in, 1, 2, and then here, 1, 2, and then there. Yeah. There we go. There's the next row. Do a community acorn tree city. That could be pretty cool. Yeah, it is gonna look like a an acorn until we get the, well, once the point gets on the top, because obviously the acorns don't like go super pointy, but you definitely could make a really cool acorn look with this roof block for sure. Lantern houses hanging would be cool too. Yeah, like a design, like, yeah, sort of designing it like a lantern. I mean, I guess that's sort of what this will be like when it's done. It's weird because it's like I often go into builds, like maybe I'll have a sketch or an idea in mind, but then I'll go in and like things completely change, or like, you know, I'll have something in mind and then like trying to communicate that to you guys in the pre-stages of the build is like difficult sometimes, where I'm like, you know, yeah, I promise it'll turn into something, right? Yeah, having little camp spots at the day 1 marks, you can sleep the night, yeah, regain the rested buff, etc. So helpful in Valheim. Always helpful in Enshrouded as well. But yeah, not as vital and stuff. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, cozy bases are just fun to do. And it feels like I can also finish them sometimes. And then you stack up a bunch of cozy bases together, and it's like, oh, you turn it into a little village or something. You have never have a plan, just start building? Yep. It's always fun. All right, I tell you, we'll do one more row here. We'll do one more row. Let me go and change it to 18 here. I need to remember this is on 18. We need to take note of that. You'll remind me in Discord next time if I screw up on the next stream. All right, we're at 18. Okay, 3 and then 2, and then it's across. Okay. So let's get it on here. So over and up, destroy the bottom. Okay. 3, 4, and then 5, 6. There we go. 18. Thank you. Peter Pan Neverland build. Oh, that would be really cool. You guys are overwhelming me with ideas. It's like I don't even do a build showcase stream, and then you all have like amazing ideas, and it's so hard to pick with this game. You can do anything. 1, 2. All right, and then we can go across here. Let's do 1, 2, 3, maybe? Yeah. And then 1, 2, and then here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Perfect. Yeah, you wing it alpha. Sometimes it's fun just to do that. Chippendale Treehouse. Best game going into 2026. More people should know about it. Yeah. Yeah, Antler Mama, and welcome in, by the way. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Been playing it since the closed beta and just knew it was one of the best survival crafting games I've ever played. And yeah, with 1.0 already coming out, it's crazy. Really, really awesome. It is a more complex game, though, sometimes. I feel like that's, let's see here. I think this is, yeah. 2 and then there. That's sometimes what can hinder some people from playing it, is like it definitely is more of the adult audience or more like complex, but I really like that about it, you know? It's got so much that you can do and figure out with the building and stuff. If it won't snap, free plays, everything turns out wonky, love it. Yeah, there you go. idea of a Harry Potter build. I think that would be cool. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings theme server, or both, honestly. Alright, and let's continue this around here. And here, and then 1, 2. Okay. There we go. All right. So yeah, we went up the 45 a few times. Maybe we'll do it like one more 45 up, and then I'll start going, you know, in 1, 2 up kind of a thing. And then, yeah, we'll see kind of where we end up. But this is working, and this is high enough to where you can fully walk around a little staircase there to have like a tiny little loft with some like little chests or something up here. Something fun. A little secret storage loft. Almost falls out of treehouse, Casey. Oh man. Keep calling you Kate. We got Katie, Casey. We got lots of Katies in the chat. Not today though. I mean, Creative Casey's out, you know. Creative Casey's missing out on another roof build, but yeah, you like Harry Potter. It's good. Guardians of the Wild Sky. Yeah, the demo's right out. Yeah, I was telling people I might do a weekend stream checking out the demo. It does look really cool. Spent a little over an hour building a library wall, putting blocks on it, only realized a bunch of large curved bookshelves are hovering over the floor because the first shelf. Oh, you were shifting. Yeah, because that's always rough. That's always hard. Like, yeah, I always try to use like Q and the button to keep resetting to make sure they're not. Most games similar to this have too short of a playthrough. This game really shines in all areas, leaves no disappointment. Yeah, agreed. It's got great RPG elements. It's got the best building I've ever had in games like this. Beautiful graphics, really cool storyline, and unique. You know, it's not just like a copy of other games, I feel like, which is nice. And yeah, Team Milker, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Yeah, ridiculous abundance of exploration in Shadow World, absolutely. I have 204 bookshelves to fill. Oh my gosh. It's like some of those big library builds we were checking out in other, you know, builds and stuff. It's just incredible. Incredible, the patience you have. Hey, it's getting there now. It is getting there. I can see what we're going for, and we got the whole thing planned and actually pretty far along with the structure itself today. I like this a lot. We'll have like a little halfway up belt. Yeah, this is gonna be a cool house. Very different from anything I've done, but that's always fun. Really fun, like I said. It's one I've wanted to try for a little bit. Yeah, maybe do a skyship in Enshrouded. That'd be cool. They've hinted at more coming for 1.0. Yeah, there will be, you know, the whole logic thing. Obviously, performance tweaks. Hopefully, creative mode. We'll see. Better, you know, NPC and that kind of thing. You know, movement and stuff. We'll see what kind of stuff they've got in store for us, but I'm excited. There it is, hanging down from the tree. I think size-wise it's perfect. I really like how it's turning out. Map expansion? They won't be doing map expansion for 1.0. Aside from possibly something to do with the floating islands. That's already there, but being able to use it in some way, right? So I'm not sure. I don't know any insider stuff about that, other than what we've seen. But yes, they may end up using that portion of the map for a little more, or developing it with, because they obviously have 2 more hollow halls to finish. They have probably another boss fight somewhere in the water biome. I would guess, you know, that'd be cool, at least in a hollow hall. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But yeah, the video they released mentioned making the map a little bigger. For DLCs and future stuff, did they have another video for 1.0 that mentioned making it bigger? You'll have to send that one to me, Irksome. I'll check it out. I might have missed it. But yeah. Question about 1.0. Someone told you it's worthless to build a starter home because they're redoing the entire starter area in 1.0. Do you think that's true? No, it'll be the same. Yeah, I don't think they're redoing it. Again, like that's something that I've had this world since day one, And sure, there's a few little things, but even outside the flame altar boundaries and stuff, like, yeah, they're not redoing full areas of the map entirely. I think if, you know, I would hate to have Blackmire redone entirely, of course, because I've worked so much on this tree build, but if I had to choose one biome that needed a redo, like a makeover, I think Blackmire. I would love to see like slightly better trees and models and designs and stuff. I just don't think the models are very well done for the trees, but you know, and I think adding some more like underground like crypts and like Indiana Jones style adventure type stuff, more like temples and stuff with Blackmire. It's pretty well done, but I do think like, yeah, some of the trees, it's like they don't look natural, you know. They obviously, a giant tree wouldn't be natural, but like, you know what I mean. Had a section that focused on, yeah, Sky Islands, so suspect they'll be adding some in that. Yeah, whether it's like the base rate islands thing, but then that wasn't on the updated roadmap, so we really don't know, honestly. But yeah, Katie, no worries. Can't say 100%, but yeah, get my thoughts on it. Yeah, so I think the starter area is fine. I don't think I'd worry about that, you know, changing around completely. Yeah, out of all the biomes, Blackmire is your least favorite. Yeah, like it's my favorite in terms of concept. I really, really like it. And I built big trees before Blackmire, and I think they were like, oh, we got to do a big tree biome, and I love that they did it. So love that they did it. It's awesome. And it's an amazing biome, don't get me wrong. I just do think it's the least, like, I just don't feel like they put a lot of time into modeling the trees. Yeah, it'd be nice to do it. Part of the map are these gigantic trees located. They're right in here. So you'll get like a quest and stuff to sort of passage to Blackmire right in here, where you'll go through this passage and then it unveils the biome, which is kind of behind these mountains. So you don't see it initially, but yeah, it's all this whole portion of the map back here. It's pretty cool. Thanks, Ruby. Yeah, kind of least refined biome. I feel like it a little bit, like it's just gotten the least amount of updates, you know, like add some more water to it now that the water biome like came out. Maybe, you know, redo some of the trees and stuff like that. Like some of them are cool, but I do feel like having some more, like, I don't know. And it also has to do with their level of details. You can't make skinny branches because they'll just disappear. So they do have to be fat and stumpy. I just think they should remodel them a little bit is all. But yeah. And yeah, Alpha, definitely. If they give us the whole logic thing, be able to build our own dungeons and stuff would be really cool. All right, well, with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today. It was amazing as always. Super stoked with what we got done here. I've been wanting to like try this out for a bit, and just felt like something more was missing with the tree, since we have this big tree here. So appreciate you all hopping on and all the inspiration today. And be sure to follow, subscribe, join the Discord. Just exclamation Discord in the chat if you're not already a part of that, to share your builds and all that good stuff. And yeah, like I said, I will possibly see you guys this weekend or Monday for checking out possibly Guardians of the Wild Sky, since a bunch of you are interested in that and they have the demo. So if the demo's still going on, I'm open to that. It could be fun. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys posted. And let's see here. Make sure got everything. Yeah, we'll be good. So yeah, I'll check out the Guardians of the Wild Sky. I'll try to do something with that if I can. But I'll let you guys know in the Discord and stuff. So stay tuned, and I'll see y'all next time. All right, cheers, everyone.